Hello. Sorry, I'm still trying to get some stuff set up here. I'm not like actually I don't still have like friggin' con crud or whatever, but I'm still kind of feeling the after effects with it among a lot of other things that I won't get into. Something rotten in the state of Crimea. Something's rotten in the state of me, but anyway. Let me jump ahead to the my controller's not plugged in, no wonder. Yeah, it wouldn't be the start of anything if I wasn't a bit discombobulated, but like I said, I'd rather where's the game? There we go. There's my audio feed. There it is. Hopefully the yeah, hang on. There we go. That sounds right. I think. I apologize. I'm just like I said, I'm a bit out of it, but this game more or less is one of my comfort games, at least right now it is, so might as well keep going with it. We did finish part one last time, which means we're kind of at the stage of the game that this is one part of the game at least that I really, really enjoy and I've been looking forward to because, well, for reasons that I'll get into shortly. Or maybe the game will get into it for me. Part 2 of Countries and Kings. Basically an intermission between parts 1 and 3, but anyway. Why don't I let this guy explain?
Dain has been reborn. Word of King Peleus's coronation reaches neighboring Crimea within days. Crimea itself has spent the past 3 years rebuilding from the damage it suffered during the Mad King's War. News that Ashnard's son now sits on Dain's throne sends waves of unease and worry rippling across the land. Alas, this is not the only thing disturbing the people of Crimea during this time. There is an ever-widening gap emerging between Crimea's noble class and the nation's young ruler, Queen Alincia. Crimea lost its king during the Dain invasion, and Alincia is still an inexperienced ruler. What's more, her very existence was a secret from the public, and so she came unexpectedly to her succession. Many of Crimea's noble houses raised their voices in protest against her rule. Alincia's desire for a long-lasting peace has driven her to strengthen Crimea's ties with the Laguz nation of Gallia, and to renounce Crimea's claim to rule over a defeated Dain. Her political moderation is seen as a sign of weakness among her critics. Ike, the young hero who led Crimea to victory in the Mad King's War, was granted a peerage for his heroism and bravery. The elevation of a common mercenary to the nobility, however, widened the rift between the aristocracy and the queen yet further. Perhaps to avoid becoming mired in these power struggles, Ike renounced his peerage and took his leave of the court. Yet Ike's actions did little to placate the nobility. They continued to criticize the queen's every decision and lay squarely at her feet the blame for all of Crimea's woes.
Prologue on Drifting Clouds. So, you have acknowledged Peleus as the newly crowned King of Dain? Your Majesty, this is beyond the pale! I have not forgotten our war with Dain. 3 years is not so long as that, but do not forget, if we allow hatred to rule our hearts, we will become prisoners of our past. A lasting peace serves both nations. Bravo, Your Majesty! Well spoken indeed! Your words paint a picture of idealism rarely seen here at court. However, and I beg your forgiveness, it is quite apparent your grasp of politics remains childishly naive. Abandoning rule over Dain, then reconciling with our most hated enemy. This will not do. The people will soon take their discontent to the streets. What's more, why choose Bastion, the Count of Fair, as your envoy? His skills in court are vital to Crimea. To send away such a key figure... Tell me, Your Highness, how exactly do you plan to rule without him? The Count of Fair himself gladly volunteered as a delegate. Her Majesty's decision was only... Lady Lucia, still your tongue! You are not Her Majesty. Do not presume to speak for her. Yes, Lady Lucia, please refrain from speaking if you have not been directly addressed. Your familiarity with the Queen does not grant you a seat in the Royal Assembly. What are you talking about? She's sitting right there. Although you may have been praised as a sister to Her Majesty the Queen, kindly remember your place. You have my apologies. And you, General Joffrey, does your loyalty to Her Majesty stem only from your unchecked emotions? Those with a taste for gossip are talking. I wonder, have you heard what the Help is saying about you? What? Joffrey. Ugh. At any rate, growing discontent has brought the royal family of Crimea to a crossroads of sorts. Your Highness, this is all on you. Indeed, Your Majesty, whatever you intend to do. Queen Alicia! Marcia, how are you today, and what are you doing here? Lucia told me about those no-good Nick Nobles and their chess-beating contests, so I thought you could use some cheering up. You weren't in your chambers or the garden, so I guess you'd be out here. Forgive me, I needed some time to think. I'm sorry to trouble you. Not at all. After everything you've done for me, it's the least I could do. It was nice of you to hire me as a royal knight, but hiring my sponge-brained, spine-deprived brother might qualify you for sainthood. Even so, I'm afraid I may also have caused you a great number of hardships. Huh? Oh, the grief I'm getting from the nobles? It's nothing I can't handle. If you think your country has stuffed shirt windbags for aristocracy, you should see Benion's. When I was a Pegasus Knight there, they had a new shenanigan every week. After that, the Crimean crybabies are no big deal. No, it's my fault, and I'm sorry. I'm so new to all of this, even you are affected by my blunders. Sometimes I think, maybe I just don't have what it takes to be queen. That's so not true. Queen Alicia, anyone can strut around in a queen hat and say she's a ruler, but you always put your people first. Look, it's not that you're doing a bad job, it's just that everyone's on edge lately with Dane getting a new king and all. People are worried that Dane will start another war like the one 3 years ago, and they're taking it out on you. Just don't let those peacock-wearing nobles bug you. And remember that you don't have to go it alone. You've got friends everywhere. Thank you, Marcia. Your kind words have lifted my spirits. That's right. I'm not alone. I must be strong for the sake of our people, as the protector of our homeland. Huh? Queen Alicia, what the heck is going on over there? Hmm? Oh boy, hang on, I was not ready for this. Hey, how dare you harass us? Be gone, insolent foes! Be gone, I say! I can't read that, Leanne, I'm sorry. Fear not, my lady. This senile old bird will gladly trade his life for your protection. I don't know why I'm giving him a Cockney accent, it's just that... forgive me, I'm still a bit congested. Like, I don't know if I can do decrepit old man voice. They say nothing is as beautiful as the herons of Cernus, especially a royal princess. You'll fetch a pretty penny for some lord or other, and our pockets are a little light. What do you say, Captain? Yes, naturally. She should make a fine gift. Seize them, and mind the raven's talons. This is unbelievable! Stand back, you unrepentant dogs! The Alucci does not give in easily! Men, silence that cawing raven. Who would pay for an old crow like that anyway? Leave him. Stop right there! Company. Oh, droll. Hey, Bennion Draco Knights! Are you Are you lost, or are you letting those scaly flea bags do your navigating? What are you doing in Crimea's sky? We've merely strayed a bit from our duties patrolling the border. Do you have a problem with that? You and your flying snakes are in violation of Crimea's sovereignty. Besides, do you have any idea who you're dealing with here, reptile breath? Marcia, stop. We cannot afford to start antagonizing the Fenian army. I am the Queen of Crimea. But, Your Majesty, we can't just let these wyvern monkeys run rampant. And we're not going to. As long as they don't realize I'm the Queen, we should be fine. Fenian Draco Knights, you will only be warned once. Leave this area immediately. I serve the Queen of Crimea. Trespassers on Crimean territory will be dealt with. No exceptions. The Queen, she says. The very Queen that relied on us, the Fenian Empire, to free her nation. Imperial Draco Knights are not frightened by soldiers so weak as Crimean Pegasus Knights. Listen up. Leave those two alone. It's the Ceratus Maiden we want. Do not allow her to escape. Looks like we're not talking any more sense into them. Suppose we have no choice. Sir Neolucci, we're here to help you. Hey, it's Her Majesty, Queen Olyncia. Dude, shut up. We're trying to put on a naked faintest smile to all us. I hate to be a bother, considering it has been so long, but your assistance is most appreciated. Good lord, I know who's coming later, and I fear I'm gonna end up giving him the same voice. So what I can do right now, anyway. So, yeah, when the chapter said on Drifted Clouds, you didn't think the whole map would be in the sky, did you? Anyway, we've got, so part 2 is much, much different, as you're obviously seeing from before. We've dealt with all the stuff with Dayan, and if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I think I might cut away here for a sec, just so I can hopefully clear my face up a little bit, because, blah. But, anyway, whereas before we were kind of dealing with a consistent army, and a lot of things were more straightforward, and then we built our army up and things turned into a bit of a slugging match. This is a lot different. Part 2 is mostly, you're given a set of pre-deployed units, and you're asked to deal with these very off-the-wall and very scrappy confrontations. It's like I said, it's very much like go with what you got, which I like it when Fire Emblem does that. More often than not, you, kind of like you said, you build up a pre-deployed army, and then the stakes get higher and higher, and all that stuff. Anyway, these Draco Knights are no laughing matter. This is like I said, this battle takes place in the sky, so every single unit flies. We've also got a very weird grab bag of units. We're back in Crimea, but we're not dealing with the boys we're not dealing with Ike and the boys just yet. We're instead kind of we're kind of just having Olyncia deal with things firsthand. She's the queen, that goes without saying. Her base stats are unbelievable. She's actually considered a tier 3 unit, but, well, her class was princess back in Path of Radiance, and she got promoted. And boy howdy, like I said, she's the queen, so got all the fixings of it. Renewal's a really good personal skill to have, as is Stun, which I'm not going to get into because it's not really worth it right now. Also, not too bad bases and stuff like that. The problem is, she's mostly relegated to healing duty because of this. Slim Sword, weighted 2, this thing sucks, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's kind of handicapping her a little bit because she's known for having a personal weapon that is very, very good, but it's not here right now. Now, Marcia I'm more curious about. Marcia was honestly one of my favorite units back when I played Path of Radiance. I don't normally go for Pegasus Knights because they're kind of like super-duper gift in the Peleus games, but yeah, wow, those are very commendable bases. She was one of the units that I got to level 20 second tier and actually got a ton of transfer bonuses, so yeah, C rank and swords, S rank captain lances, she's doing a lot better for herself than she would normally be, which is great to see. And she's going to really be one of our main damage dealers going into this here, which is, it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good to be able to use her again, even though, honestly, like, one of the problems that a lot of units have in this part of the game is that their availability in Part 3 is pretty poor, and by the time, and 4, I guess, by extension, and by the time you get to use them again, they're usually outpaced by other units that you've been training. But I think because of the transfer bonuses, I might be able to get an edge with Marcia that I otherwise wouldn't. She's normally, like, good for this part of the game and then falls off, but kind of hoping that, like I said, the extra stats and the extra weapon ranks can carry her forward. Now, forgive me a sec, I am going to step away for a minute so that I can, like, clear my head a little bit. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to, like I said, clear my head a little bit. Now we can talk about our other two units. Well, Leanne is in a pretty similar bucket to how Raphael was, where I'm never going to say no to a dancer, but Leanne is a little bit weird. She was a pretty key character in Path of Radiance, but she was never actually playable. Important character to be sure, but a character of well, God, how do I word this? I want to say mechanical convenience, but she kind of played a bit of a damsel in distress thing, but this time she's actually out and is a playable unit, which is pretty nice to see. I forget where Vaughn's... Oh, it's Neil Lucci, goes right here. She's a bit interesting, whereas Raphael could dance for everybody around him in every Jason tile around him, but he couldn't canto. Leanne actually can canto because obviously she can fly, but she can only invigor the units that are here. I do this because okay, never mind, I can't. But it's only the 2 units on a horizontal or a vertical line, and that doesn't. And like with Raphael, that doesn't change when she transforms. So again, having your Lagoos transform even your Herons is usually pretty good, and we'll get to Neil Lucci in a second about that, but she's considered the worst of the 3 Herons, who's usually considered the best one. We'll get to him later, but for now it's like, yeah, I'm never gonna say no to having her, but it is a bit of a gamble when you don't really get a choice that often when it comes to what Heron is deployed where, but trying to make her work because of the whole line restriction is, yep, I know, so it's part 2 tag. This is one of my favorite maps in the game, as I was saying, just because the concept of a full sky battle is something well, due to normal unit restrictions, you never really see. And more importantly, I've got Marcia here, who actually has transfer bonuses from Path of Radiance, so she's a bit of a leg up compared to the other units that we've got here. Although, well, I know who's coming, so I don't want to spoil that. Anyway, I don't know what to say about Neil Lucci, this dusty old bird who actually used his Lagoon Stone to transform. That's a nice touch. He's in a similar boat to Vika. He's fast, he's got decent strength, he has horrible availability. Yeah, oh, for sure, like, if I had Amity here, which Alencia doesn't get for a while, that would be a lot better, because this Slim Sword is super, super gimping. But, anyway, gotta protect Leanne, and I have to make do with what I have until somebody shows up. What is interesting about this map is that these clouds actually do provide cover, but they're very, very annoying to give you cover consistently, because I didn't learn about this until I actually watched the LTC of this game. These clouds, the cloud cover changes after your turn ends. The clouds roll over at the start of enemy phase, which is very annoying. It makes them very inconsistent to line up, so yeah, if I'm being perfectly honest, how I want to handle this is that I think every Wyvern except for these 4 charge you right at the start. I will try to kill the boss because I want this short axe, but yeah, for the time being, I think we gotta make do with what we have, and Neo Lushi is gonna be a big-time damage dealer. I want to see how Marcia can do here, though. Actually, that's not bad, all things considered, because this guy's got Biorhythm and Weapon Triangle in his favor, but I think if I can... I think what I'm gonna try to do is... if I attack this guy first, and then if I form a box around... This is the guy I'm worried about, because if I can get... I feel like I have to engage both of these guys, and probably, if not kill one of them, at least provide enough of a gap so Leanne doesn't get caught. Because I think when Leanne gets caught, they move to either the right or the bottom. They don't try to go over the top, because these fuckos are violating the NAP, so they're going to try to leave in the direction that they came from. Well, came from a plot perspective, but I'm rambling. Let's get into the swing of things, because... God, this, like, even by, like, 2009 standards, this looks gorgeous. It ain't much, but, like, the cloud cover and just the fact that we're flying alone, or every unit on this chapter flies, is just so much fun. I think I'm gonna put you, like... I actually think I'm gonna put him... I think I'm gonna put him here. And then I'm gonna have Marcia swing in. Pick up this kill with Marcia, because she's probably the only unit that can get XP out of any of these guys. Good job. Oh, and it ain't even much. Okay, never mind. Knock this guy out of the sky. It would be cool if they just flat-out dropped like Bird Lagoons do, but they don't. They sort of just go kerplunk in their saddle, and that's about it. I think if I take care of this guy and then stay out of this guy's range... Yeah, because if I can get Leanne up here with this guy dead, that'll help me a good deal. I haven't even moved Alincia yet, because she's mostly relegated to healing duty. Healing and chip damage, or just blocking units off. Which could be handy, and... oh. Well, I think I moved the full extent of her movement range, so gotta box out or get kind of dunked on here. Yeah, I think I know what to do here. Let me... oh, wow, do you have higher defense than the other guy? You might. These pricks might be feeling good about themselves, for all I know. These first few turns, the thing that I've noticed pretty consistently, I plan on going up to, I think probably 2-3 today is the goal, even though I started kind of late. I got nothing to do, so I can go for a while, but I think what I'll do is use the Lincia to heal up Marcia, and then... yeah, okay. No, don't use Order. We're gonna give the kill to old Grandpa Bird here. My second favorite Grandpa Bird, in a Nintendo game at least. Took his eyes out, let's go. I will say that because of the survive for 8 turns requirement, and you actually can't finish this chapter early even if you rout all the enemies, one thing I do find funny about this map is there's the clouds moving. Ooh, that's... you have a short hand axe, that's gonna be annoying. Are they both gonna attack? Well, Alincia still has the staff equipped. I should have probably moved the limbs around, but that's okay. Oh my god, we can see staff attack animations. Dink. Dink. I think she does more damage with the men's staff than she does with the slim sword, which is really funny. And you didn't move. That actually makes this pretty easy to deal with. You can't get the kill, which I actually find really irritating. Neither of you can get the kill. That is a big... Yeah, well, again, like, what is your speed? It's 22, and these guys only have 12, which is... Let me check this, because... Oh, that didn't even burn uses? That's great. I think this is just... This is raw strength, right? I think it is, because... No, I think it must add 1 or something. I don't know how it works. It's like... God, it reminds me of, like, all the joke weapons in Awakening, where it's like, yeah, you can murder somebody with the log or the ladle, or something stupid. I think if I hang out up here and then probably pivot a bit to the left, because I don't know what the reinforcement situation on this map is, and frankly, I'm not that worried about it, because I know what's showing up later. Or I know who's coming later, and... Oh boy. I think if I move you... Yeah, I know what I need to do here. I think I'm gonna chip with... Because, yeah, you do 12 damage, but... Oh my god, okay. You're stunned, why not? I mean, I'm not quite ready to bust out the Queen Just Slays line yet, but goddamn. Anyway, I gotta be mindful of Neolucci's transformation gauge, so I'm not actually gonna have him attack this turn. Go ahead and do this. And then I think with that guy dead, we have a pretty stable positioning at the top of the map here. And I do need to hang out up here for a little while. I assume there are reinforcements. I would be shocked if there weren't. But what I'm gonna do is... I think I can maintain... The clouds are rolling to the left, so I think I can maintain cloud cover if I move onto the right tile with Marcia. I don't want to expose her to too many enemies at once, because that just feels like a really... Oh, I can't move where I need her to maintain cover, so I'm just gonna... Probably go, like, right here, I think. That seems like the right call, and then... Gonna go ahead and do this. And then can I... No, I cannot change weapons, so I'm gonna keep Alencia out of attack range. Oh, again? Okay. More staff attack animations, let's go. If you wanted to crit with this, that would be very funny. Okay, you're not, but, yeah. It's interesting that these guys don't move to engage me. I don't want to engage the 4 guys at the bottom here, because they're the strongest, including the boss, who is the only promoted guy out of the bunch. Curious. I don't mind burning another charge on Neolucci's Lagoose Stone if I have to. I can use... Yeah, I can use cloud cover for this, so... Can at least set this kill up for Marcia. Ow. Alencia's renewal, so I'm not worried at all about this. getting hit here is okay too. So I think I mentioned the LTC earlier. One of the fascinating things about it is because, like I said, you're forced to take 8 turns on this chapter. The thing that it does, which I find rather funny, is it'll take Miolucci and it'll deploy him to, like, right around here. I think it's right around here because this cloud rolls over to give cover for multiple turns. It'll move him over there, use him until his transformation gauge runs out, and in what I think is probably one of the funniest things that you could possibly do in a Fire Emblem game, it will intentionally have him untransform and get mobbed by Draco Knights for, like, I don't know, 3-4 turns in a row just to get his strike rank up as high as possible, because with Lagu's units, when you rank up their weapon rank, so to speak, which is right down here, if you get his strike rank up to S, it actually increases his damage up enough to the point where it does affect his ability to partake in later chapters. Or, I don't know how else to... Like, if you know, you know. With you and your hand axe, you're already gonna possibly attack Valencia, so... I'm gonna probably keep Valencia at the back here, and then... I think I can draw this Iron Poleaxe guy in. Although, like I said, I want to avoid targeting them right away, so maybe not. Put you right at the edge, just in case I need you. And then we're gonna go in here. We'll do that. I did not remember these guys being this passive, but... That's okay, I think. Keyword being a thing. Damage here. That's not enough to one-round kill, but this is pretty safe to just poke like this. The other thing I want to do is I want to just camp out here for a little bit longer. If you know why, you know why, but... And then Fine, we'll do this. I don't know what else I can really do with this dusty old bird, so... I guess I can bait somebody into attacking, but if I go here, this guy's also gonna move, so... Plus, there's so much cloud cover, like, it's actually kind of insane. And because you have a hand axe, you can deal with... You'll have, like, a terrain advantage almost regardless of where I move. I will just keep you here for now and then in the turn. Because I think I know what's going to happen at the beginning of my next turn, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared for it. Here we go! There he is! Boy, ambush. Hey, partner, you tired? How's a nap sound? You want to rest your wings a bit? Huh? We're running late. I'm sleepy. What did you call me? That was very nice. Please tell me that's not what I think it is. Oh, this is perfect. Betting on Draco Knights? Just my stinking luck. There he is! Well, as it turns out, hi, Har. You recruit him with Marcia. Let's do that. You'll see why that's a good idea in about 3 seconds. Hey, look who's here! It's Har! Hello, Marcia. I still see you're flying around in that apple-eating airbag. And you're still asleep in the reins of that foul-smelling... Oh, crackers! I don't have time for your nonsense. Open that one good eye of yours and take a look around, will you? Those Benioff Draconites have invaded Crimea's skies. You've got to help us save the Lagoons they're trying to kill now. Well, but come on, Har. Why? I owe the Queen a favor or two, but I'm not one of her soldiers. You cad! Does having fought together in the Mad King's War mean nothing to you? Well, no, but... Look, I've got a delivery to make, and this cargo's really heavy. Sorry, Marcia, maybe next time. Next time? You lizard-loving jerk! Would you really abandon us? What kind of man are you? The kind who lives to sleep another day. Well, good luck to you. See you around. Stop! You have to stay and help! Okay, Har, hear me out. You were an Imperial Draconite, once, right? It's your job to fix this. They're your old comrades. You have to keep them in line. Huh? You're not making a lick of sense, girl. Why do I have to make sense? If Jill were in trouble, I bet you'd help her. Please, please, please. Come on, Har. You have to help us. You have to. Is it really all that bad? Yes! They're a tough bunch, and I'm all alone. Wow, way to throw the old guy underneath the bus. I don't think I can manage to protect Queen Alincia. Please say you'll help, if only for the safety of the Queen. Oh, fine. I really don't have time for this, but I guess I can lend a hand. Thank you so much! I think like all the mean things I said, I was thinking about you earlier. That girl's nothing but trouble. Well, we're gonna do this. Let's get it over with. Up and at 'em, partner. Well, that's too... If I had a nickel for every time Marcia screamed at somebody in order to get them to help us, say, I'd have 2 nickels, but that's still more than I expected to. Anyway, so, about Har, oh wow, he has max weapon ranks already, so, yeah, if there was... I've seen multiple different, tier lists for different units from, Radiant Dawn, and one of my favorites, is units that have gotten changed, from the jump from Path of Radiance to Radiant Dawn, and Har's in a tier all by himself. The tier at the very top, called A Lamau. Or A Lamau. Yeah, A Lamau, not A Lamo. Almost mistook for a second. So, in part 1, when I was talking about Jill, I mentioned that Draconites got buffed, and mentioned that there was a unit that probably benefited the most from those changes out of anybody. Well, you're looking at him. Har is basically halfway to being a tier 3 promo already. Hell, if we had the right item, we could promote him right away if we wanted to, and... I mean, I would miss a little bit, but honestly not much. Look at this. He has almost max stats across the board. The only thing he's not really close to capping is strength, and he will cap it by the time he promotes anyway, because his growth rates are just that good. He gets all the benefits Jill gets from the changes that got made to Draconites, and he has a bond support with her, which is very cute. And like, what do you want me to say about him? He has the best availability of any flying unit in the entire game, and because Draconites are only weak to Thunder Magic, which is kind of crap in this game anyway, that's pretty good. Yeah, this guy just is... He tears stuff up, and he's gonna tear up all of the guys on this map, now that I actually have him. He's considered one of the best units in the game, and honestly, I find that very hard to disagree with. He is... Like, good lord. The difficulty of this chapter, or at least the back half of this chapter, it's gone. I'm just gonna say it straight up, it's gone. Let's have some fun. The comforting thunder of the Fire Emblem's Radiant Dawn's big guns, now at our disposal. Probably the best thing about Part 2 is that, you know, the jump in power, you can't really feel it with Alincia, even though her stats are really good because of that Slim Sword, but with Har, you're gonna see it. Allow me to demonstrate. See this guy? We're just gonna waltz on in here. We'll have everybody else tag along just because it feels like it's the right thing to do. I don't want them to be completely left out of the action. That would be mean. We have a proper Air Force here, and oh my god. Yeah, oh, of course, now everybody is starting to move. We're just gonna let Har loose here. It seems like the right thing to do. Casually just rips a new one into that guy. And I mean, they're gonna attack March instead, but... Wow, this guy's hit rate sucks, even with weapon triangle. Anyway, so... Zephyrin is probably the biggest threat to me right now. In fact, it's probably Neolucci's transformation gauge, because he's at 1. I might use him to pick up the kill, and then... I don't know if I can move Leanne here. I can't. But... if I play my cards right, you two are definitely going to die this turn. How does Hard do against the boss, anyway? Because I might just send him in and start... Yeah, he does pretty good. Yeah, he's, I think he's gonna do okay there. So it's really a matter of taking care of these two. So I think with Neolucci, what I'm gonna want to do is... He's gonna untransform this turn. I want to get him into a position where he's gonna be safe anyway. You are a pain in the sheet. But yeah, Hard just deals with him, because of course he freaking does. Anyway, if I end up moving you here... Actually, I think I'm gonna have Neolucci take care of this guy, and then move him back 2 tiles. Because the only unit I don't need to have see... I think everybody needs to see multiple rounds of combat here in order for me to just stay as safe as possible, but... Hopefully this doesn't immediately take away his ability to... Okay, good. Can still move, like, right here, I think. Yeah, I think, like I said, having Alincia take care of this guy, because if Martha really needs to heal, I can have her use a Vulnerary this turn, because I just need to go full aggression. And I also need Har to engage the boss. You have an Iron Poleaxe, which sucks, but I think I know what I need to do here. Yeah. Because I don't think that the boss will attack Leanne, and if I throw somebody his way... Oh, yeah, also, Har has cancel because taking counterattacks is for babies. And because his skill is like, what is it, like 27 or something, that will activate fairly often. For a guy that was kind of a... voice crack. For a guy that was kind of a... admittedly a little bit of a mediocre creeper mode back in Path of Radiance, he got good. Like, good. Boy, howdy, he got really good. I move you here... Actually, I need to move you here, because that's actually 2 tiles away. I almost made a pretty big blunder. I already made a big blunder! So what I think I can do is just kind of improvise a little bit here, and then I can wall off Leanne, which is what I want to avoid doing. Yeah, I can wall off Leanne with everybody else, and then... probably have the old man go, like, right here, and use his shiny rock. just crow things. You are... I think you're not really a big threat to me, are you? No. And I think I need to keep you down here as a just in case. I think these guys have an angle on Leanne no matter what. That... Ew, I might have to redo this, because this could get ugly. Or I could bait them in and just kind of portcullis the situation. Yeah, because now that... Hang on, I'm a genius, because that guy now has cut stats. And I can box him in. Okay, you... Oh, you don't have cover either. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, now hard doubles him, because why not? Alright, so let's start having fun, shall we? Now, be gone with you! The skies of the Heron are ours. I can't wait to see your corpse smashed across Crimea's landscape. Look around you, dude, like, your entire platoon is already smashed against the landscape. Your armor's already red, it would be perfect. The short axe is it's a really, really good weapon, but you don't have to get it here. You don't even have to kill this guy. He's technically optional, but because everybody charges you immediately, kind of want to take advantage of that. Or, you kind of want to take advantage of the opportunity anyway. Now, a big 21 damage hit is super, super scary. But if I'm being honest, like... Can you get the other guy? Or am I... Oh, you can get the other guy, actually. So... What I can do instead is... Ooh, that... 2 damage is 2 damage, so... Yeah, you do 26, and then... I think, yeah, I want to kill the boss this turn, and then... Okay. I see what I can do here. Because unfortunately, when Leanne gets dropped, she's gonna... Sorry, when Leanne gets dropped, she's not gonna have a turn. I could rescue her with Elincia and just run away, but I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that we're just gonna force this guy to... Because like I said, I don't think they run left. But even still, I want to make sure that this guy runs in a direction where I can chase after him. So, yeah, bye. You made terrible life choice. Well, if it isn't Zephyr, what brings the Draco Knights into Crimean skies? Har! Why couldn't you just stay on patrol, saw a pretty little heron and just had to have her? Is that it? I never could decide if you were more greedy or more corrupt. Stupid was never questioned. Who do you think you are? You're a traitor, just like Shahar. The Draco Knights spit on your name. Do they now? Well, here's your chance to try the real thing. Sweet. If you run... ooh. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... Oh, you can talk to Har? I didn't know about that. Sir Har! You are Sir Har of Dane, correct? What are you doing here? That's a question for Marcia, Your Majesty. I was passing through on a delivery run when she hailed me and pestered me into helping you. What can I say? I'm terribly sorry. I know this is none of your affair, but... You know, I always thought you were too humble for royalty. I'm surprised your underlings don't run roughshod all over you. I'm sorry. Hey, it's no skin off my nose. Besides, anyone who's got the guts to pick a fight with the Empire is okay in my book. Sir Har, Yeah, I got it. You can't let these scum know you're actually the queen. International relations and all that other political stuff, right? I tell you what, I'll keep your secret and treat you like a regular soldier. That means I'm not going to be watching your back, though, so you're going to have to take care of that yourself. I understand. Thank you. Can I do this, or... Oh, the game will actually let me do that. Okay, so... think about the way the clouds work, I want to do this. Yes, perfect. Because I think even with cut stats, Olencia will live through this. Oh, yeah. The Iron Poleaxe is really helping me here. Even though he hit on a 14, but that's okay. Because I think he still can't double me? Yeah, good. I don't know what his movement range was, and I didn't want to find out. That's okay, because I don't need to worry about healing, because you're just dead. Oh yeah. Har sure does like murdering things, and boy howdy is he good at it. Honestly, I would like it if he had one of those iron poleaxes that the Draco Knights were carrying. He'd actually wreck face with them, which is pretty nice to see, and honestly, we're done. Like I said, as it turns out, there are no reinforcements on this map, so yeah, that's a bit of a ace combat done Fire Emblem style. Yeah, you run, Dragon Backers! You run right into the ground because, good lord, we killed all of them. And, I wouldn't say in record time. I've seen this map routed in, like, maybe 5-6 turns if you know what you're doing, but... Yeah, and don't ever come back to Crimea. Marcia, they're all dead. Like, they're stuck in Crimea unless you want to start moving them. Honestly, I'd just get a shovel or a mop and broom at this point, because, you know, the red stains, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Excuse me. Princess Leanne, it's a pleasure to see you again. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Are you hurt? I can't read that. Lady Leanne is very grateful for your help with those ruffians, and is quite delighted to see you again, Your Majesty. Frankly, I don't think these old bones would have been up to the task of protecting the princess without your help. The most important thing is that you are both safe, Sir Neolucci, but what brings you here? As far as I knew, both of you were residing in Gallia. It is imperative that my lady sees General Ike as soon as possible. We were traveling to the royal palace in Melior for that very purpose. That's unfortunate. Ike left Melior more than half a year ago. After that, rumor has it that he reorganized the Grail mercenaries. Now, no one seems to know where they are. What? This is most unexpected. What are we supposed to do now? Strike isn't here, but since you've traveled all this way to Crimea, would you like to visit the royal court? I would be happy to investigate the whereabouts of the Grail mercenaries during your stay. Well, I don't want to be a father, but it would be very kind of you. To be honest, there are matters about which I must speak with Sir Ike myself. And regardless, we're always delighted to have such splendid guests as yourselves. I must tell you, however, and I am ashamed to say it, there is unrest among certain circles here in Crimea. I hope nothing will happen to disturb your visit with us. Unrest, you say? Yes, I trust, however, that my protection will be enough to keep you from harm's way. Valencia, I think you're borrowing trouble. Anyway, that was a pretty straightforward affair. Very fun, though. Oh, crap. I remembered what's next. This is gonna be good.
Queen Alincia encounters and defeats a wing of Benyan Draco Knights trespassing in Crimean skies. After rescuing Chamberlain Neolucci and Princess Leanne, she invites them to be her guests at the royal court. While Alincia's show of loyalty to her Laguz allies causes an uproar among the nobles at court, they are aware that the Heron Princess is under the mutual protection of the mighty Laguz Hawk King and Raven King. Because of this, there is no public show of distaste. However, dissatisfaction with Elincia's rule now spreads from a single faction to a larger group. Crimea's unity is slowly rotting from within. This discord begins to be felt even in country hamlets like the farming village of Oma.
Chapter 1, Winds of Rebellion. Another very unusual mission. We'll see why in a minute. Because who resides at Oma? Morning, Jacob! Look at you, always sowing your seeds. It's looking like it'll be a fine crop this year. A real dandy. Heck, I just work the fields. It's the rich soil beneath my boots and the fine sun over my head that what does the hard stuff. Brom? Brom! Well, if it isn't Nephany, what's the story with the armor? Haven't you heard the war's over? You'll be needing armor too. A revolution's brewing. Better suit up. Make it snappy. That may have been a bit too masculine for Nephany, but whatever. A revolution? Oh yeah, nobody tells us old geezers much, but I hear talk about some young hotheads over yonder. They're jawing about being fed up with the Queen and how they won't change. I don't get it. Her Majesty is a fine, fine lady. Even if she is a tad young to be passing laws instead of having fun, I guess I'll go have a look for myself. We are the victors. It was Crimean blood and sweat that defeated Ashdard. And what do we have to show for it? We do not rule Crimea. Our towns have been destroyed. We need coin to ease our suffer. Who's to blame? The Queen! We've been violated. They had robbed us of families, friends, and homes. We cannot reconcile with monsters. And now our hated enemy is rebuilt into threats again. Will we stand by and accept this? No, we will not! To arms, I say! We are not afraid. We shall fight for the prosperity of our fatherland, as did Ike the Patriots. Something tells me he would disapprove of what you're doing, and oh my god! Let me tell you, it's... Oh my god, hang on, I gotta refocus. Redo. Excuse me. Let me tell you, it's been a while. This armor feels like a ton of bricks. Brom, didn't you say something about using axes these days, not spears? Yeah, I suppose I did. What, you went and brought armor and weapons? Here, you take this axe, and hold on to it good, you hear? Alright, let's go. Hey now, what's going on? Hey look, it's Nephany. She even brought her own weapon. So, you're gonna join the revolution? Together, we can make a difference. Together, we have the power to dethrone the Queen. What are y'all thinking? You don't know the first thing about Queen Elincia. Maybe this is all some big mistake. Our Queen is a splendid gal. Ain't nobody out there with a kinder heart. We should know as well as anyone. Heck, we fought beside her. You fought with the Queen, eh? I see. Do not be deceived. These two are the Queen's agents and are undoubtedly spies. Listen, fella, you're talking nonsense. Queen Elincia wouldn't be using spies like that. Do not be deceived, my people. If they go to the Royal Knights, they will return bearing torches, burning homes, and taking prisoners. I just noticed all of them shifted in a reversive stance. We must silence these spies. Listen up, you blockheads! I guess you forgot about the war. After fighting for years, we finally have peace, and now you want to fight again? Ain't no good, Brom. These folk got their blood up under. Ain't got a lick of sense left in them. Horse feathers. Reckon you're right. Listen up, Nephany. Let's not try to kill too many of these dang fools. I don't know why I did that for Brom at the end there. I'm blaming my throat again. But anyway, this map is... Yes, if you thought 4 units was too many, well, luckily for you, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn also thought the same thing. This is an even scrappier fight than fight than the last one. Rather fitting since we're in a rural town here, but we've got a lot of things to do with just 2 units, and let's just say we're really gonna have to get the lead out. That said, though,
I am gonna take another break here just so I can get a glass of water, because, yeah, BRB. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. Just ended up using the washroom and whatnot. Let's get back to it. This map can really go one of 2 ways, and it depends really on how the first turn goes. Last time it was, oh yeah, I forgot about the chickens. We'll get to the chickens in a minute. I love the chickens on this map. Yeah, so I think the best strategy... This is a kill boss chapter, but these 2 blockheads are standing in the way, and they have very high defense. Now, Rob and Epiphany are honestly... I'll get to them in a sec, but they're really our main... These 2 combined are really our main attacking force for this map, and they're a very quirky duo. It's a bit tough for me to really talk too much about them, but... Yeah, we can technically kill this guy and be done with it, but there's quite a few things going on in this chapter that kind of make you want to take the long way around and go counterclockwise. First off, all of these houses, every single one of them has an item in it for us, and most of them are actually pretty good.
So, I think, for instance, like, Braum here has only got this Iron Axe, but we can get a better axe for him later. Same thing, I think we get another weapon for Nephany, because she's only got this Steel Great Lance. So like I said, and plus there's an extra objective that's going to spawn down here in a little bit. We're going to want to, we're going to want to get the lead out, while also just kind of being careful. This chapter is not too bad, like I said, if we get off on the right foot. And it mainly depends on how much fire, like, Braum is a very, very good tank, but Nephany's defense is a little bit more lacking, plus she's got this Steel Great Lance, which is gonna be a bit of a tough sell. Might as well talk about these two now while we're here. These two, if I'm being perfectly honest, were pretty mediocre to bad in Path of Radiance, but boy howdy, this game gives them a facelift. They've seen war, even though, like, I don't think I used Braum in my Path of Radiance playthrough, but yeah, he uses axes now instead of lances, which they rather hilariously lampshaded, but this does mean that his hit rate is kind of dodgy, especially since his skill isn't the greatest from what I remember, but, well, Braum is leagues better than his Path of Radiance counterpart, so he's got that going for him at least. He's really going to be our main tank here, and going into probably even a lot of Part 2 now that I think about it. He's also got, rather funnily enough, he went ahead and got himself a new personal skill in the form of Disarm. This skill, combined with if you have a thief at your disposal at the same time, is very, very funny. This is a skill percent chance for an enemy to drop weapons, which, lo and behold, if you're with a thief that has enough strength, they can steal it. Also, it's free, and it practically is free, because I think this only costs, like, I don't know, like 5, 8 capacity on a skill wheel. It's actually really good. I really, really like it. It's more of a funny gag skill than an actually useful one, but it can surprise you. So yeah, that's basically Braum in a nutshell, and he can use swords, which is... I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever used swords with Braum. Especially since he's mainly locked to iron ones from what I remember, and... yeah, like, an iron axe isn't the worst iron weapon, but he's mainly going to be relegated to tanking duty. Nephany, on the other hand, kind of has the opposite problem. Her offense is actually really good, but this Steel Great Lance, 18 weight, it does weigh her down, and that kind of gimps her a little bit in terms of her offensive potential, because Nephany was just kind of okay in Path of Radiance. She was the only playable soldier you got, although, you did get Devdok, but that wasn't until a lot later, and even then. The Halberdiers were a bit of a... They were a bit questionable in Path of Radiance. As I kind of showcased with Aaron, they're a lot better in this game, and Nephany is kind of the one unit that I think gets the most benefit out of it. She does have Wrath, which is... it's okay in this game. I think Nephany makes much better... she's a much better candidate for it than Edward, and plus it's free, so why not? But Nephany is... another thing about her is that she's usually considered one of the best units in the entire game, in a similar vein to Har, but with Har it's a bit more obvious. With Nephany, it does take a little bit to get the ball rolling. Once it does, though, the jack-of-all-trades thing really shines with Nephany more than any other unit in the game. She's incredibly hard to stop. And if you give her skills like Imbue later on down the road, she effectively becomes immortal with how dodgy she can get. She's a fan favorite for sure, and it's kind of hard to go wrong with her in this game, but here at least it's a bit of a tougher sell because she's only barely better than all these other guys, and she has a pretty good chance of dying if you're not careful, especially since we have no healer. That being said, like I said, this is a very difficult formation to crack from a defensive perspective, so let's just frick off and not deal with it. These guys don't move anyway, and I don't think this guy does either, so... yeah, let's go house hunting, shall we? Like I said, this isn't a difficult chapter, but Nephany has a very good chance of dying if you're not careful. The other wrinkle to this is, you might notice that there are 4 enemies that don't have the Rebel tag. They have Volunteer, but you might be wondering, which ones are they? Well, the short answer is, any guy that's, like, basically a little bit gimped or lower in terms of stats and level like this. He has the volunteer affiliation. Usually, I just ignore this. You do get some bonus experience if any of these guys are left alive. As Rob was saying by, let's not try to kill too many of them, but like I said, the difference in tag is really annoying, and all of these guys, like, this guy's the volunteer, for instance, and so is this guy. They're right in our starting range at the start of turn 1. It is very hard to ignore them, and I guess we can just kind of have them frick off a little, or just get them in a position where we almost kill them and then they kind of bug off somewhere else, but this guy's dropping a vulnerary, and I think, like, this guy drops an antitoxin, which, yeah, poison weapons, whoop-de-frickin' do, but we have those again, but... Sorry about the cough. Yeah, it's another one of those bonus objectives where I'm like, these guys are positioned in very obnoxious spots, like, this guy's guarding a house, this guy is guarding the way down to a house. It's stupid, I don't like it. I don't trust, like, that, I don't know where I'm going with this. Look, the point is, I want to make sure that Nephany takes as little damage as possible from people, so, this basically means that, Rommel, buddy, you're gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting. Oh yeah, and about the chickens? Yep, they're the frickin' battle animations, too. You can only hear them, but it's still really funny that they went the extra mile to add that detail. Like, ooh, disarm. That does cancel counterattacks, and yeah, this guy's got no weapon now, which means he is very easy pickings. That's a dodgy hit rate, though, and... it's kind of the best we got. This guy will get absolutely clobbered on enemy phase, so... let's... Oh, I don't even get a combat animation, okay. That's awkward. Oh, you move. That's frustrating. You might have been the one unit that I didn't want to deal with, but... what I think I'm going to do is, because Brom's going to take a lot of heat, but that's what I want him to do, and you're not attacking. Interesting. Alright, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have Brom start hitting up these houses while Nephany does most of the offensive work, because... what is your worst biorhythm? Yeah, that helps game. You have 27 attack and 15 defense. Okay, yeah, this is a safe thing to do. I've got to, like I said, hit up these houses, and then... I might even want to... I can't bugger off and not deal with this guy, so... what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to have Brom go for this house, because I remember it being in danger the most out of anything. Like I said, this is a very awkward chapter in terms of... and you, I don't remember what you do. In fact, it might be easier if I just have Nephany attack this guy, because... that's dodgy. Let me go here first, because... yeah, this is going to be the hardest house to hit later. What? People are fighting outside? That doesn't make any sense. If anyone were to get hurt, we've got to do something. Oh, I hope Sis is alright. Yep, that gets us a goddess icon, pretty handy item. I think I'm going to... I'm worried that... you have a vulnerary, right? I want the second one, because like I said, we've got no healing on us, and Brom is woefully under-equipped for the job, so... I do like the implication that, like, the reason that Nephany has a Steel Great Lance and Brom just has this is because Nephany just grabbed what she had lying around instead of making, like, very sound tactical decisions. Like, she doesn't even have any authority stars, which is funny. Valencia had, like, 4, I think, because, well, she's the queen, but still pretty funny. I'm gonna count on you moving. Now I know the guy with that axe doesn't move, but I'm just gonna kill these volunteers. The bonus experience is not worth the trouble. Because this will free Brom up to not have to move around this guy. Plus I get the vulnerary out of it. I actually do kind of value that a little bit because of how much heat we're gonna be taking. Sweet. Now if you can move That's kind of where I wanted you to move. Nice, okay. So I can kind of ignore this guy for a little bit. Because I need Braum to hit up this house. And then I need Nephany to move down here. Because like I said, we kind of got to get the let out with some of this stuff. Or I reckon we got to get the let out with some of this stuff. I don't know what's wrong with this. No Javelin is making this kind of annoying, but Nephany just has all the healing items. The game really wants me to do that. You're attacking Braum, okay. I fucking love these chickens. It's so unnecessary, but it's such a cool detail. Okay, and I think I have clear access down here. This Fire Mage is annoying because I think I need Braum to visit this house, so I might... I think I'm gonna wait a turn, and we're gonna make sure that this archer goes down. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, because... Yeah. The other thing I forgot to mention is, you probably noticed Braum is a bit of a slow walk. That's not a big deal yet, but you will hate it by the end. Probably even by the end of this chapter if you're playing along, because, ooh boy. I'm quite glad these dodgy hit rates are connecting, because that's something I really... Anyway, I don't think... Oh, right, okay. Sounds like the whole village is in uproar. More men fussing for nothing, I'm sure. Bigger fools were never made. Lucky me! Time to find one right for the picking, get his goods, and be on my way. Be out soon, Mom. Right, I don't know what she's after in terms of, like, goods right for the picking. Well, she's a thief, so I can only guess. But anyway, we're gonna do what I was gonna do last turn, which is visit this house, and then, like I said, I need to keep moving here. There was a stranger in here earlier. He left the sacks. Probably meant to use it on the queen. You know, I came to this village for some peace and quiet. Isn't there something you can do? Heck with it. Just take this thing. I'm fed with war. That is the power boost I was looking for Braum. Oh, you are gonna absolutely... That's annoying. Maybe I shouldn't have moved Nephany right there. Dink. Heather is gonna hopefully kind of be encumbered a little bit here. That's annoying because what I have to do instead is probably do something like this. And I probably should have healed with Nephany. That was on me. You're gonna move... Okay, good. You did move to there, which is what I wanted you to do. Ow! Okay, Heather, I see you. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do, actually? I don't feel that good about this, so I'm actually gonna reset here. Because I feel like this is what I meant by this chapter being a bit dodgy. I think I need to play the early turns a little bit different. Because I don't think I could get to Heather in time, and I didn't anticipate that... Well, I guess I should have anticipated green unit AI being what it is, but... Ugh. Like I said, this chapter in particular is just probably really, really dodgy, at least in terms of what you have to do and stuff. Excuse me, like I said. Just want to stream through this and fight through this, so to speak. Anyway, let me try this instead, where we're actually just gonna ignore this soldier completely and... Oh, okay. Wait, did I roll stats differently on this guy? Like, what happened? I guess he has less defense. We'll just go with that. Yeah, because like I said, I need to clear out of this corner with the chickens. I need to clear out of this corner, and I kind of need to get to the bottom of the map, because I want to avoid a situation where Heather just goes super aggressive like that. Anyway, this is the annoying part, is this guy is just going to be a really big pain. Especially if he connects a lot of his attacks. Oh, and... Oh, yeah. This is what I was worried about as well. Sometimes this guy moves, and that's really going to mean that Neff gets a lot of attacks thrown her way. And, okay, that guy moves no matter what, too, so that's really irritating. I think I gotta... I'm gonna attack you first, because that's gonna remove you from the equation. Get your herb, that's nice of you. And we're gonna avoid going to this tile. I'm gonna run... Okay, I'm gonna run right over here. Which tile is out of... Okay, I can just... Well, I'm not seeing the full range because he's being blocked, but I think this tile might be better. Okay, you're attacking Braum, which is kind of what I wanted you to do. This guy will eventually drop because... Dink. Yeah, you're going after Neff, but I kind of expected that. 12 damage, too, jeez. This guy I remember being a huge, huge pain. Anyway, I think a disarm chance would be handy here. If not, the damage that Braum does if he connects is going to be... Ooh, nice! That actually means that I can... I think I can take care of this guy, and then Nephine's still in a position to jump down his turn. Like I said, this guy is such a big threat. Even though he's got a coin, I don't really need it this turn. Like I said, getting you down here is the most important step, and then I can keep her alive with vulneraries for the time being. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Steel Axe. And we're in a better position than when we were at the start of the turn. And he's going for Braum anyway, so that's good. I think I moved out of his range, and like I said, always want to see if I can have Braum take more hits than anybody else here, and you're blocking that, but that's okay. You're moving, which is actually something I'm perfectly okay with. Because I'm going to have Braum circle around and ooh, yeah, that volunteer tag here is really, really not doing me any favors, buddy. Anyway, I'm gonna... You deal 8 damage to me, and you're probably not gonna even attack, so... Or you might not even connect. Might as well go for the Steel Axe just to make this faster. Ding. This guy's not really a threat, so maybe it was a mistake to do that, but... Anyway, I think I'm gonna... Do you... Yes, you do. Okay, this is pretty good. One-off lethal. Don't count it. This isn't Darkest Dungeon. I don't do that type of thing here. That's good. That is one of the more annoying targets dealt with. Anyway, you want to be quick here because... Okay, I think I can still get there. Hopefully you can't hear that. It's my neighbors outside. Anyway, perfect. This is what I wanted to avoid, because if Heather runs off and does her own thing, this becomes a lot more obnoxious. Braum or Nephany can recruit Heather, but it's really a lot easier if Nephany does it. Hello? Why? Do you need something? Hey, y'all best, you should be careful hanging around here like that. I reckon you should clear out of here while you're still in one piece. Aw, that's so sweet of you. What's your name? Nephany? Nephany. What a cute name. I'm Heather. Pleased to meet you. Pressure's all mine, so it's Heather, huh? We gotta get out of here then? Well, it looks like, to me, like you have an uphill battle to fight. I gotta get up out. But you... Don't worry about it. I'm the type that likes to help nice country girls like you. Like me? That's right. Don't worry about it. This is turning out to be a great day. Yeah. Whatever you say, girl. Anyway. Seal up, because that, unfortunately, I am gonna end up having to dispatch the last of the volunteers, but, that's okay in the long run. Heather. Might as well get to her now, because we have her. Remember when I mentioned a thief and how it's a fun pairing with Braum? Well, here's your thief, and... Well, she's faster than Soap, but less durable. Heather is, she's... Because Soap is off with Micaiah, and, well, our other thief option isn't really a thief anymore, or he never really was to begin with. Heather is stepping in. She's the only new unit, I think, that is in this part of the game, and is also the token lesbian of the group, if I'm being honest. I don't think if it was ever confirmed, but it is very, very heavily hinted at that, yes, that's how Heather swings, although, not that I'm complaining about it. Cass is good on a thief. She can yoink stuff from people. Her strength is a little bit lacking, but that's not too big of a deal. It is kind of fun to kind of make the most of her anyway. She's definitely handy to have around. Thief utility isn't quite as necessary as it was in Path of Radiance, but it's still handy, I will say. Speaking of handy, we can go ahead and we have an extra unit to help visit all these houses, which is really, really helpful. For reasons that will become apparent shortly. What? People are fighting outside? That doesn't make any sense. If anyone were to get hurt... Wait, you should take this. It's kind of a medicine. It's a kind of medicine we make. Oh, I hope this is alright. Multiple people have sisters. Like, these are all dudes outside. What are people talking about? Anyway. Might as well keep Braum on the move on down here. Reckon he might be able to help out, because, like I said, this guy is of little consequence unless he gets in range of Nephany or Heather. This guy's gonna attack Neph, but that's okay. Him doing... Oh, that's awkward. Didn't expect to miss with that, but... You might get to live, buddy. Honestly, I don't know, though. You have stealable stuff, so I might want to do that with you. Brahm, where can you move to? Okay, that's fine. I think all I have to do is have Heather equip the bronze knife, and this guy will... He can't even reach anybody but Brahm, okay. And yeah, because I moved here, this wall's gonna be blocking him. I don't want multiple people to get poisoned here, but if I'm being perfectly honest, if I could leave one volunteer alive, it'd be kind of nice to have. Besides, I think this house is kind of the most interesting reward. You got the concoction. You got the concoction, which is pretty handy. I think this house is the hardest to protect, but we're in a good position to do that. The main reason I wanted to get down here with everybody is because getting all the items is a bit of a crapshoot on this map, because bandits, I believe, will start spawning on the next turn. One spawns here, and I think one also spawns down here, and they will immediately go for the houses if you leave them open, so... Now, I could steal this guy's herb, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I think having Heather visit this house is probably the... Actually, wait, 9, 6... 4... Yeah, okay, this is the right call. Ever heard of Miss Khalil? She teaches magic. You know what? I told her she was pretty and she gave me one of these. People who can't use magic use this, and then, well, they're able to use magic, or something like that. Here, you take this one. Spectre card. This is the weird half-relative of the Reaper card. It's a worse version of it than we got back in Endgame at Chapter 1. Special item that lets non-magic users launch a magical attack. This can be quite handy, and Heather's the best candidate for this because this does, I believe, run off the user's magic stat, which is... It's a bit dodgy, but so is, honestly, anything else, really. I think I'm just gonna keep you here, if I'm being honest. We might as well attack, because if this guy runs off, I'm not really in a big... He's gonna reapply the poison, but poison sucks, so it's not really worth worrying about. You, I think, have to... Yeah, good. You have to move into melee range, so this guy... Rob's gonna take care of this guy in this turn. He's gonna run away. He is gonna use that herb, but I'm honestly less worried about him. Okay, here are the bandits. This is what I was worried about, because this guy starts within raise range of 2 houses, and that guy's less of an issue, but he's still kind of annoying. But Brahm is in a position to visit this house. There was a bizarre man who just came through here. He was talking about revolution and stuff. Left this. I'm telling you, I've had a belly full of this war business. I don't want this anywhere near me. Toss it, sell it, I don't care what you do with it. Just get it out of my house. It's all yours. Javelin. That's the weapon for Nephany that I was talking about. Gonna want to keep a hold of that where we can keep it at least. Now these bandits are gonna have nowhere to go but near us. So hello, I see that. Thank you. Might as well kind of bring everybody back, and then we'll try to sort out inventories and then attack the group that's around the boss. Because this basically is a route map, even though it's not listed as one. Ooh. Did not notice your attack. That's a bit ugly. Fortunately, that guy's going to take a minute, and you're going to run all the way back. If you stay there, that might not be a bad show. Heather, if you want to give him some pepper, I think that'd be good. Damn, okay. That's how it's gonna be. Alright, well, this is why we have Brahm, because he can deal with problems like this. How high is your attack? 20, okay. Yeah, the steel axe is definitely more worrisome than the iron axe. I think we're just gonna take the aggression as it comes to us, and then we've got our 3 units here together, so we might as well make the most of this situation. And you don't have a talk with Heather, that's interesting. Yeah, let's do this. Because chances are this guy's gonna have nowhere to run, because these guys technically have a different affiliation than anybody else, so... We're just gonna play defensive here, and then... Okay. That's actually played better than anything else, if I'm being honest. Because now this guy's gonna attack Braum instead. Actually, he's not gonna attack anybody. So... To go for the cheeky disarm here. How much damage do you do to that? 6, okay. I don't have anything to worry about then. This is the most sure thing, so we're gonna go for this. Take advantage of the... Fire where the matters! Fire the matters, I'm telling you. Because it sets this up nice and dandy. I don't know what Braum's long-term viability is gonna be. I know that, like, with Nephany is probably the big... Nephany's one of those big showstopper type units that is gonna be pretty good to go for, and I'm gonna give you this, because... That Steel Great Lance is going to run out of durability a little too fast for my liking. Okay, I have to commit to this, which is annoying, but... Might as well go for it. I could get a Wrath for me. I'm lucky. But I definitely have to heal next turn, is the only difference. Might as well do this, because this is, like I said, it's a bit sketchy, but... Or I might as well just, like I said, keep up the... Oh, I can't even do that with knives, okay. You are a very tanky Mr. Man. That is upsetting. Might as well do this, and then he might go for Heather on any of this. No, he's not. This is a more sure thing, I think, which is why he's going for it. Okay, you need to heal. And I might as well run back and then kind of funnel him in, because I need to make my way towards the boss. That's curious, because Heather doesn't even have the Shade skill, so... Don't know why that's happening. Do you want to get healed? Thank you. Okay, so... Might as well go for big hits. This is... One of the things that I kind of got lucky on is that Braum and Nephany are both liable to miss their attacks, which can get really, really obnoxious, especially if that happens right at the start where a lot of things need to go right. Yeah. Biorhythm's ticking back up, so this is suddenly much less... Ooh, nice! There's the crit. Couldn't happen on the Wrath. Of course it had been there. Anyway, what stuff can I do the... Can I yoink off of you guys? Well, I can have Heather start engaging this guy, even though... She's only got bronze... Bronze knives aren't great, but... Oh, you don't even move, okay. So I guess it's a question of getting everybody up here. Handy shove. And I don't think Yearly moves, but I'm still gonna throw Heather in the birches as a just in case. I don't know if I should be leading with Heather. In fact, I am gonna drop this real quick just to make sure that... I figured, like, this is a map that warrants a checkpoint just because things can still kind of go wrong for us. And I want to make sure I have a good plan in place, like, in case things go pear-shaped. Did they still have bond support at all? They don't. I guess they might, like... They might on my last playthrough of this game because I was using transfer bonuses from Path of Radiance, and I actually had a Braum Nephany Ace support. Actually did try to use them both, even though, like I said, they're not the best units in that game. Like I said, Nephany's okay. Braum is Braum is pretty bad because he's an armor knight in a game that doesn't really like having armor knights. Go ahead and use the Brad here. And we'll keep Heather in the thicket as a just in case. Because I think at least the Myrmidon is going to move in. Or, now, Yearly here is really the hardest, and yeah, with the way things are right now. You can check out his stats right here. He's comparable to Braum, and he's actually got a few levels on him. Plus, we can't even yoink his Steel Great Lance. Not that I could, because I think it's too heavy for Heather to steal. But, kind of want your Antitoxin, but if I'm being honest, I might not have the time to get it. And yeah, we kind of need everybody to contribute in on this. Braum is the only unit that doesn't immediately die, or get into a position where he could die on player phase. So I kind of need him to bait the boss while... Or maybe I think getting rid of this guy first is something that I have to do here, because otherwise this is just going to get out of hand. No bonus XP for me, but it's honestly might be this way. Kind of getting full on items here, but that's okay. Three damage, let's go! No, we're gonna... Excuse me. We're gonna wait on this for a sec. And I am going to use this because I don't want to sit through poison animations. Antitoxins have they have weirdly low utility. And I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to try to take care of this guy first. Because your biorhythm is waning, but might as well take care... So I don't want to attack him right away, but... Can definitely go for Yearly's companions here. Getting a disarm on any of these guys that aren't the boss is probably going to be pretty handy, and... Do I want to do this with Neth? Not really, if I'm being honest. I think I would rather finish this guy off. While the going is still good. Because honestly, playing slow here is to my advantage. And hey, we get a level out of it. That's big. That's the start of something, I'm telling you. First level of a part 2, actually, which is a little bit awkward. And we get a weapon level up out of it. Up to A. Nephany didn't get a lot of transfer bonuses. Braum didn't get any, because I didn't use them at all. I used Nephany for, like, 2 chapters, I think, so she might have gotten something. I just don't know what that something is. Let's go ahead and show off the Ye Olde Spectre card here. Let's not. Yeah, let's not. I'm just gonna keep Heather lying in wait. Hey, you! Who put you up to this? Politics ain't my strong suit, so you can spare me the details. But I know you're up to no good and someone's behind you. Ha! Ha! Clamor all you like, but it won't change a thing. Revolution is taking root across Crimea. Our plan is flawless. We're getting rid of that. Good. We shall have a new ruler in Melior. Soon, Lord Ludwig, Duke of Belleray, will wear the crown. Ludwig? Belleray? That is correct, and you shall perish with that name fresh on your lips, you blundering cow. This guy's a tough sell, but... Like I said, this is a fight that, the longer it goes on, the more in our favor this is. He can't heal, which is kind of a big deal. Anyway, you... Oh, I can have you if I want. What I'm gonna have Braum do is pivot over to this side. Actually, what is... You don't kill me, that's handy. Excuse me. Do I want Braum to take more damage? I kind of just want him... I think I'm gonna let that soldier lie for a minute. Just pop an herb right here. Heather's not doing anything, so I might as well have her come down here and try to make a good enough of a contribution, I guess. She's fairly dodgy, and this won't hit. Or, I don't think it'll hit, is what I mean. And I can jump in with the javelin. I can jump in with the javelin here if I need to. I might want to do that first, if I'm being honest. No, you go with your worst hits first, or you go with the... I want to go with the lower hit right here. That's fine, if I'm being honest. Like I said, I want to get the most XP that I can out of this map, so... We'll just see what we can do here. This guy did... Oh, that's probably the worst outcome because he hit on both attacks, but... Braum's still tanking the boss, and I don't think any of these guys are gonna move. Are you serious? Be gone with you, thief! We won't have filth like you stand in the way of our success. So, you're the one sent by Ludwig and Belleray? You've been stirring up these little revolts all over the place. What? How did you know? I see things here and there, but half of it was just a guess. Judging by your reaction, though, it seems I was right. You. Don't get so steamed up, Mr. Fancy Pants. You just look silly. Nothing personal. I just don't like men like you. Oh, I can see why he did that. I'm ready with the reset button. Ooh, nice dodge. Oh, look at this mega bait. Look at this mega bait. I just recognized what I can do here. I don't think he's gonna be getting... Oh, he did get back up. Okay. I was like, he's not getting back up. No, never mind, he totally did. So what I can do is, you screwed up. Well, I was gonna say you screwed up, but honestly you didn't. I can pin Yearly to the wall here, and then that's gonna really force him into... I think he can still get to where Heather is, but if I move Heather far enough away, yeah, I think I'm gonna wall you in. And then we're gonna move all the way back in here, because this is a guaranteed kill, which is nice. Because, yeah, that steel break, that would be nice to have, but Heather can't steal that anyway, so whatever. And then we're going to move Nethany in here. I don't want to attack with her, because she's probably going to die. But I can do this, and your targeted source suddenly not so nice, buddy. What you gonna do about it? Survivors of the war. You would be better off dead and forgotten. You can't stop the Duke. Duke? Yes, our master, Lord Ludwig, Duke Felleray, will rule over Crimea. When our plan is complete, the Queen will be erased from history. Now then, I believe it's time for you to die. Right. I did not expect Yearly here to move, but Fortunately, like I said, this is gonna work out for us. I can't cheese this guy super hard, but I can attack. I can give him some pepper. I might just have him die on enemy phase. I'm taking this attack because it's safe. That was a little sketchy, though, because it looked like Heather could have died there, but... Okay, this is... Yeah, that's dangerous. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna let him take care of himself on enemy phase. So unless this guy... Okay, yeah, there's no healing items left on the enemy side of the map, so... Even if Nebony gets hit, that's not enough to trigger Wrath, which is awkward, but it's enough to give her the kill. 2 level ups for her. That's actually... That went about as well as it could have, given the circumstances. That could have been a little better, though, but hey, can't win them all. No! My duty is incomplete! Lord Ludwig, please forgive me. You bumpkins! Just stay out of it! It hurts! It hurts so bad! Look, my leg! My leg! Murderer! You're a murderer! But, yeah, that's right. Nephi and me, we've been to war. While y'all were hiding in cellars and attics, we went toe-to-toe with Dick. Louisa. Stop it, please! I was wrong, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You got your head on straight now? You youngsters get so riled up. Let me at him and bring him on. You know, spit him out war. Nephi, let's gear up and head out to the royal palace. Her Majesty's gotta know Ludwig's stirring up all kinds of nonsense. And my girl Meg, she's off on her own. Knowing Meg, though, she'll be fine. Alrighty then, let's get moving. Sounds like a plan. You two are really leaving then? We put the people of this village in danger. We can't stay here now knowing that. We'll have to set things straight. I'd hate to leave, but... Why did it have to come to this? I always thought our Queen Alicia was about as good as they come, lowering taxes and looking after orphans. The young folk don't care about this stuff. They only care about what's getting their dander up. Then they ignore everything else. I reckon that's why we gotta do what we gotta do. If we don't step up, the whole country will be going on the compost heap. That's why we gotta get to Queen Alicia right away. It's all gonna be just fine. If I know Her Majesty, she'll take care of this uprising in no time. Then we can return to our farms and grow some mighty good eats. All of you just hold on tight now. Oh, what? Heather got us 3 bonus experience, that's funny. But yeah, we got 2,000, even though that didn't really amount to much, but... Anyway. We didn't kill the volunteer, or we got rid of all the volunteers. That's... whatever. We're done here.
In a rural Crimean town, a band of rebels sow the seeds of discontent. They are stopped by Brom and Nephany, 2 former Crimean soldiers. However, more uprisings are sure to follow. Brom and Nephany decide to travel to Melior, the capital of Crimea, and inform Queen Alicia as to the gravity of the situation.
I see. So that's what's been going on.
Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'm very sorry your village was affected by this. You have my sincere apologies. Oh no, Your Majesty. We don't need no apology. We're just happy we could help. Lucia, Brom's story confirms what we've been suspecting all along. Yes, as we thought, Duke Ludwig of Pelleray is firing up a rebellion we should have seen coming. To be honest, Queen Alencia, there have been a number of indications that something like this was underway. We'd hoped to uncover something more tangible than hushed rumors, but I should have told you sooner. No, I bear some responsibility as well. The discontent among the populace is due to my lack of experience as a ruler. Now that a rebellion is gaining momentum, innocent blood will surely be spilled. I have always held the well-being of the Crimean people as my highest priority. I've done my utmost in Crimea's name, and all I've ever desired is a country where war and hunger are unknown. Begging your pardon, Queen Alencia. Yes, Ron? Your Majesty is doing a hung-up job with it. This country's a safe place to live, and that's more than most would say. Once you get the hang of things, I'm sure you'll be a name future kings and queens try to live up to. We know you can do it. And it ain't like all the young bucks up there got bees in their bonnets. There's a whole mess of folk doing their darndest to make this a fine country. They want to make you proud, Your Majesty. Thank you. All nations experience unrest when the reins of leadership change hands. It's true the world over. But for Ludwig to start beating the drums of war as if this were unheard of, what utter nonsense. We must not allow it. Your Majesty, would you be so kind as to appoint me to the task of his capture? I myself will march into Felleray and siege Ludwig and his rebels. No, Joffrey, we can't do that. Unfortunately, we don't have enough evidence to arrest him. But don't worry, brother. If we have no evidence, then I suppose we'll have to dig some up. Your Majesty, I'd like to take on that job. Lucia, I appreciate your dedication. You have my permission to proceed. We actually get a base, believe it or not, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword because, we have no shop, which, given current circumstances, I would like to have. We have well, I'll go over these two in a second. We have our units from last chapter with everything they've got and nothing else. I would like to buy better weapons for Braum and Nephany. Like, Heather's inventory is honestly okay. I wanted her to get the Spectre card just because she's kind of the best unit to use it, but don't really have the luxury of buying things as much as I would like to have it. No Forge either. That's an Amy and Mustin convoy deal. But anyway, I do need to use the restroom again, so I'll be right back again. When we come back, we'll go ahead and take care of the base stuff that is available in this chapter, and then we'll get on with the show. BRB.
Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. I am streaming kind of late. I started late, and I apologize for that. I've just, like I said, I haven't been feeling great lately on a number of levels, so bearing with me is kind of the most I can really ask of you. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I do plan on going a little bit late tonight, and this map is definitely the longest of the three, just because, like I said, this is the closest we're going to get to having a proper army available, and can't do anything with supports right now. Actually, this is the first time I've been able to check MVPs. I'm curious about this. I know Nathany usually gets MVP on 2-1, but yeah, Marsha got Prologue there, and then yeah, that's Nyla. That's understandable. I maybe used Nyla a little. I've been using Nyla a little too much at the end game of 1, but I like where we left those guys. The units I actually plan on using off, so with any luck, I'll be able to kind of pick things up from there. Or I'll be able to pick things up with them pretty easily. So we don't have any skills, and I don't really want to mess around with bonus XP, because no. I could give some to Nathany, but, like, if I'm being perfectly honest, I would rather just kind of save what we've got for the time being. So really all we've got is a... Oh, well, we have a lot of info conversations. Might as well take care of them now. Oh, I really wanted to go to the palace. I would have been happy with just a tiny little glance at Queen Alicia. She's glorious. This is so unfair. Yep, it's the pits. That queen of ours is a real nice lady. Knowing her, she'd probably just let you talk to her, noble or not. The nerve of that Duke Ludwig! He ruined my one chance to meet the queen. I won't stand for it. He needs a kick in the rear, or a punch in the back. Things I do to him. Heather, you sure are a lovely gal now, but you sure do say some funny things. Can't argue with that, Nathany. That's just the way folks are. They ain't always what they appear to be. Ain't nobody perfect, neither. Unless you talk about the goddess, that is. Excuse me. Oh. Well, hi there, Miss Lucia. What can we help you with? I came to ask for a favor. If it's not too much to ask, I'd like you both to accompany me to Felleray. Nah, that won't be a problem. You gonna catch the Duke? Something a little more preliminary. I guess you could call it espionage. Espio what? Sounds serious. Nathany, you ever heard of that? Oh, sure. When I was just a sprout, caught a real bad case of that. Got this awful rash all over my back, too. Nathany, that's eczema. That's different. That's a very nice story. Maybe I'd better explain what I mean. Don't you know anything? Espionage is about stealing secrets and not getting caught. It's one of my many strong points. Oh, really? And who might you be? My name is Heather. I'm a friend of Nathany's. I'd do anything to help Her Majesty. Seriously, anything. I see. Maybe you can lend a hand as well? Miss Lucia, you're the greatest. Like, amazingly, stupendously great. I'd love to help. Oh, Heather. Oh, those three. I'll be honest, I wanted to do that conversation justice, because that's one of my favorites in the entire game. Rob and Nathany don't get too much screen time after the end of Part 2, and I really want to try to make the most of it, and it honestly irritates me a little bit that I feel like I could be doing a better job, but yeah, what do I know? Lady Lucia, we've heard a rumor that you'll be leaving to investigate an enemy. Is this true? Lady Leith, Sir Mordecai, well, we could return to Gallia and bring back soldiers to help, you know. As an ally in a time of crisis, I'm certain our king would lend support. No, Lady Leith, this is an internal affair. We don't want to involve Gallia in Crimea's civil problems. More fighters are always better. The people of Gallia, all will fight for Queen Alicia. Listen, I know you mean well, but I just can't allow it. I'm sorry, but if there was even a hint of Gallia's assistance, there would be even more problems in the royal court. Problems? What problems? Conflict isn't exactly a life or death situation for Crimea, so relying on support from a Laguz nation would cause an uproar with the nobility. Is that what you mean? Yes, unfortunately. I'm ashamed to admit it, but it's the truth. No, it's common sense, given the history of both our nations.
I completely understand. We won't report this to Galia. Thank you for understanding. I apologize for troubling you. No, it is fine. Why this tactic of rousing the people to rebel against the Queen, though? Any Lagoons who wanted to be king would fight for it with teeth and claws as is proper. You Bjork are always wasting time talking. Our society is very complex. There's history and tradition, unwritten law and custom. There are lots of reasons for why we... Bluff. Attempts to compromise won't get you anywhere. You should just kill him and get it over with. Mordecai feels sad. Poor Queen Alencia. We cannot help her. That's not true, Mordecai. Having support from you and Leith is very helpful. Really? Mordecai will help with anything. I have a great idea. Together with Laguz... Princess Leanne, why do I suddenly have a crowd? She says that she'd like to go. No, I'm sorry. It's much too dangerous where we're going. I couldn't risk something happening to you. Woohoo! I guess this mangy old coot will be joining the action then. To ensure my lady's safety, of course. Sir Neolucius, well, stars above. Yeah, so I'll ping back over to talking about those two in a minute, but we've got some pretty important 3-star conversations to get through first. Your Majesty? Okay, all finished. What are you doing? Don't worry about it, it's a secret. Aha! That was a needle and a thread, wasn't it? Did you just sew something into my collar? It's good luck charm. Keep you safe while you're away, so you'll come back to me in one piece. Alencia. Be careful out there. I'll be praying for you. Thanks. I'll be back with good news, I promise. Talisman. That's an item that I don't think I'm going to use right now, if I'm being honest. It got dropped into Lucia's inventory, so I might want to trade it over into Nebony or Heather's. Let's go ahead and talk to Joffrey. Lucia, wait. You can't stop me, Joffrey. I know that, but I can try to keep you safe, can't I? So, I'd like you to take this. An elixir? I don't need it, I'm not gonna fight, you know? If you don't use it, so much the better, but just hold on to it. For me. Alright. Promise me you won't do anything stupid, and promise for Alencia and me. And for Bastion. For you to even mention his name at a time like this, I give up. Sure, I promise. Keep Queen Alencia safe, got it? Of course, on my life. Those are pretty brisk, and those gave us some really nice loot. Yeah, so I don't think... Okay, yeah, Neolucci and Leanne, as the chapter kind of indicated, they will be joining us on this mission, but we can't view their inventories right away. Which is a little bit annoying because... Yeah, I'm gonna have to trade around the stuff that I've got, and kind of make use of a lot of the Laguz units I have. Might as well talk about these two now. These two are weird. They're not, I wouldn't necessarily call them good units, but we kind of have to make do with what we have right now, and for what they have on offer, they're honestly not that bad. As far as Cat Laguz go, I kind of mentioned it a bit in Part 1, but Cat Laguz got massively nerfed from how they were in Part 1. These two in particular, they were a very fun combination in Path of Radiance. You have them around for longer than most other Laguz units in the game, and they definitely have the, at least from their info conversation, they definitely have the mark of being a lot more well-traveled than before. They've been around Bjork a lot more than most Laguz, I would say, so Leith obviously went from hissing at people from being able to hold polite conversation with Lucia, so that's a nice change of pace, and yeah, it kind of is reflected in her dialogue a little bit, although, yeah, might makes right is still the name of the game in Galia, so honestly, it's a bit of a welcome change of pace from the politicking, I bet, but what I think is unfortunate about these two is that they worked really well together as a pair, and that has kind of been lost with the changes that got made to Laguz units. In particular, Cat's. The whole gimmick with Leith is that Cat's transformation gauges, which every single transformation gauge starts at 0 now that I think about it, they always, with Cat's, their whole gimmick is that their transformation gauges fill up really fast, but they also untransform very quickly. Like, I think they lose 10 on their gauge for every round of combat that they're in, and if you're dealing with things like Ballista or like multiple different targets on enemy phase, that adds up quick. you basically need to be pumping olive grass with them constantly for that to really have any effect. And honestly, what for? With Leaf, it's not much. Her stats are okay, but they're gonna fall off pretty fast. It's difficult to recommend her, which, like I said, is unfortunate, because she was one of the more fun units to use back in Path of Radiance. Her gauge would always start at its full at the beginning of the chapter, so you could use her until Mordecai's filled up, because he actually started at 0, and then once one gauge ended, you could swap the other one in and just start mauling faces again. Mordecai in particular was a lot of fun. He's still incredibly bulky, which, like, I think he has 32 defense when transformed, which is really, really good for this part of the game. That's running circles around Braum, and Braum is already a pretty good tank. The difference being is that Mordecai can't really... He's stuck at 18 speed, which is not enough to double at this stage of the game. And more to the point, interesting that he's a bond support. His strength means that he probably won't even get close to really killing anybody, even though, like I said, 28 attack is still pretty good right out of the gate. What is commendable about Mordecai, though, is he still has his smite skill. This was a very handy thing back in Path of Radiance. It's really why I ended up using him quite a bit, at least as a utility option, because Lagoo's units could get around fast, and thanks to Smite, Mordecai could do a lot when he was untransformed. Really liked him, which is why I'm a bit upset that, or why I'm a bit sad that these two kind of got shafted pretty hard by some of the balance changes. We also have this trio from before. They're kind of going to be... Heather actually has some pretty viable utility on this map that I'll get into, but mainly because there is a hidden item that I want to snag, but we might as well get into Tides of Intrigue here. There's not really much for us to do at the base, so let's go ahead and... Actually, wait, is there? Yes. I'm gonna have... I think I'm gonna... Actually, no, I think I'm gonna have Braum rely on his herb for the time being, and we're just gonna go. Because, yeah, I can't drop off the coin in a convoy yet, although actually I can. And I think I will for the time being. It doesn't have much use not being in my inventory, but that's something I don't want stolen. In fact, now that I think about it, that's a bit better. Alright. Let's go ahead and get into things. Nice looking castle, gotta admit. Well, well, my dear Lady Lucia. Quite away from home, aren't we? Please do excuse the sudden visit, Your Grace. Princess Leanne, Lady Leith, this is Lord Ludwig, Duke of Pelleray. I was thinking that our Lagoo's guests might enjoy the fine fruits this region is known for. We've traveled quite a long way. I hope it won't be too much trouble. Don't be ridiculous. I could be nothing but delighted by a visit from you, Lady Lucia. Though, although I must admit, I would be more pleased if you had come such a long way just to see me. You are too kind, Lord Ludwig. Please, feel free to take your ease. You are welcome to stay in Pelleray as long as you desire. That night, in a cave? You know, because you always have a secret documents cave, don't you? This is it! The document is an order written by Ludwig himself, marked with his signet. If we show this to the Royal Assembly, we'll surely have the backing to indict him. Thank you so much, both of you. We have to quell this uprising before things get out of hand. If there is no war, we are happy. But if there is war, it is good we came. Ludwig is poor prey. He hides behind a shield of words, not realizing that words can be seen through. Yes, and that's quite fortunate for us. But we still have to get out of here without being detected. My lady, you mustn't raise your voice. Who's there? Show yourself. Princess Leanne, Sir Neolucci. I thought you had returned to the royal palace. What in the world are you doing here? Oh, forgive us. We just couldn't help but be concerned for you. Well, what can I say? This just means we'll have to be even more careful to get out of here safely. Someone is coming. Guards? Save only as one exit. So that means we have to do this the hard way. We've obtained enough evidence to indict Ludwig, so there's no point in sticking around. Let's go. And boy howdy, if this isn't a Fog of War map, my favorite. Welcome to Pain. We have Lagoos up front where they can't do anything because their transformation gauges are still at 0. I do have some stones that I can toss around, and I think I'm honestly tempted to do that. This chapter is a good-ish opportunity to get these guys some levels, but if I'm gonna be honest, it's very difficult to not try to just use Lucia to get through things, because Nephene's weapons in particular have a habit of running out of durability very quickly on this map, and plus she starts on the back foot here all the way at the rear. With Heather, it's not that bad. We do have a torch here, but if I'm being perfectly honest, it's kind of a waste to light it. This is a very annoying map. The enemies have torches, but we don't, because we came woefully underprepared, I guess. But we do have Lucia, who is... I didn't mention it before because there's not really much to say about her. Her bases are really, really solid for this point in the game, but like a lot of other units from this part of the game, poor availability means that that's going to taper off, especially her strength. I mean, she's alright when she is available again, but it's a bit of a tough sell. There's 5 total Swordmasters in this game, and she's usually considered the worst out of the 5. Zahark is considered, like, way up there for reference, but with Lucia, even though she's got higher bases than him and considerably better durability, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's not something that's really going to last long term. I do want to get that talisman out of her inventory before everything is said and done, but heck if I know what that's going to be useful for. That raises resistance by 2, and I can think of a couple units that can use it, but none of them are with us right now. So, as far as vision goes, Leaf and Mordecai, I believe, actually have increased vision when transformed. So I think I'm actually going to make sure that they can do that. I think what I'm going to have Grom do is I'm going to have him run up here and just... This is a 1-tile-wide gap because this is not passable terrain. So I think this tile is actually blocked by an enemy unit, but I can position you here and bingo. These guys can't go anywhere. This is a bit of a dicey situation because this guy's got his Steel Blade right here, but I think, yeah, that's a good show. We can go ahead and make use of the Spectre card here to hopefully speed this up a little bit. And as much as I would like to get Heather over on this side just to provide more vision, I think I need to make use of my Lugu's allies a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is... I think, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, because we've got a lot of units, so we're going to be taking a lot of heat here. Mordecai's actually pretty good with just the grass, but I do want to burn 2 charges of this just because I want to get these guys into the action straight away. Neolucci I'm going to wait on a little bit. I'm going to plug this gap with Lucia. I think I'm going to plug this gap with Nephene to start. And then we'll have Lucia just on the fringe here, and then she can chip in with it. Actually, I think I want her up here for the time being. Oh, and I guess one interesting tidbit I forgot to mention, because I just saw that, 2 leadership stars, which is handy. Parity. This is a dubious skill in terms of quality. Support terrain and skill bonuses, making those units fight on base ability alone. This can be handy if you know you have the upper hand or want to forcibly cancel an enemy skill on player phase, but enemy skills still aren't really a problem yet, and yeah, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's not a... It's a tough sell, like I've been hinting at before. If I do this, do you... Okay, you do force equip the Javelin if I do that. That's a trick that sometimes works in Fire Emblem games. I didn't know that it was going to work here. Anyway, we can actually do this, which is... I'm going to wait for the old bird's combat ability to go up. Neolucci, because he's old, actually, this is a pretty fun flavor item. he actually does, he does gain no extra vision when transformed, which is, honestly, it's funnier than anything else, but, yeah. Once this chapter gets going a little bit, it's not that hard to have my Bjork units do most of the heavy lifting, but yeah, I don't want, actually, I think I'm gonna take care of you first, because what is, how much damage do you do? You do 12, you do 12, so this is actually, this seems safe? Especially if I don't get hit. If not, I don't mind restarting the chapter, because it's a few... It's turn 1, we're still safe. Because I didn't expect Nephany to double here. And that's handy, because that takes 1 unit out of my... That's 1 less unit I have to deal with. The one thing I'm not accounting for is Fog of War. You always want to assume that there are enemies in Fog of War, but unless Nephany crits, which she did... Yeah, nobody else can attack her on this stage, so this guy's gonna go for Lucia, which is perfectly fine. This is gonna knock her down to 9 health, but I think I should still be okay. Oh, I am not. This was a huge mistake. Oh, wait. Now, okay, this is science, because if poison doesn't kill, I'm actually okay here. And the one thing that I will do, actually, is I think I'm going to turn Brahms animations to map only, because, like, look at this. This is like watching turtles fight. Snapping turtles at that. Oh, that stings. Okay, so poison can kill. Noted. Ugh, that sucks. That's a really embarrassing way to go out, but had to test it sometime. So that move is not safe. Good to know. Excuse me for 1 second. Sorry to blow my nose. Didn't want to get that. Didn't want that showing up on camera. I think what I'm going to do instead, actually, is I think I will make heavier use of the grass right away. Because this means that Leaf will transform, actually, I think next turn, rather than sometime later. And I think I'm going to put Mordecai in that spot. Because I want to limit the amount of damage that will be oncoming, but at the same time, I also don't want to, like, really drag things out too much. Or I don't want this chapter to drag out more than it is probably going to. And this guy's going to... This is the power of Mordecai as a tank. In action. Dink. This is Tiger Strength, my guy. You are not getting through this. At least not easily. There's that poison guy that I was worried about. And I think what I will do is, I want to bait out something with Leaf, because I think she's got enough health to do so. And I can kind of force my transformation gauge to go up. We'll go ahead and finish this guy up. This guy wasn't worth that much XP, so I'm not broken hearted about having to do that. And we'll move our other units over here, because I want to make sure that... I want to keep... Yeah, just don't move Miolucci here, because he just gets turned into turkey dinner if he does that. Okay. Kind of expected that. I just recognized the... Oh my god. Well, boy howdy, we're doing a lot better than last time, I'll say that much. You, I think you're just gonna get... Oh, you're not gonna die here, but I'm using the wind edge, that's why... Ooh. That's ugly. That's not an attack. That's not an attack that should have connected, and that did a hell of a lot of damage. Steel bow guy moves in. Interesting that none of them went for lead, but... I suppose that's okay. We have a way to break the logjam here, so I'm not too concerned with it. And you're going for Mordecai. That's annoying. I wanted to use Leaf as bait, but I guess I don't really have that option. And I forgot to change Brahms animations, like I said. What I find irritating is it doesn't even level up off of that, which is really stupid. But yeah, that poison's gonna go over to Mordecai, who can take hits like a champ, so I'm honestly not worried about it. Can make use of that Spectre card here, though, because I think... Does that set this up? It does not. It's a little bit irritating. I can give that kill to Nephany, though. I think I would rather get the... I would rather get that kill to, I would rather get that kill over to Nephany, because the Halberdier is actually worth quite a bit, but... I'm stuck in a position where... Yeah, I feel like I set this up in the wrong order. You're gonna run if I do this. At least I think you will. I think the steel bow guy is a bigger problem, if I'm being honest. I think I would rather I deal with him. I know there's more enemies further in the fog to the on the bottom right. But having Mordecai act as the shield is really going to come in handy here. This isn't the most effective use of Olive Grass, but... I need the gauge maxed out this turn, because otherwise this is going to be really annoying. Okay, this is... That's so risky. Because if that doesn't work, I'm in deep. I think you're the safer bet here, and then I can move Lucia into a position where I can kill the Halberdier and then heal her next turn. There's still plenty of XP to go around. I shouldn't be too bent out of shit with this. Ooh, nice, and you're in a prime position to use that, which is handy. Do either of these guys have stealable? You have a vulnerary that I can steal, and I think this might actually be better. Because I can do this instead. Because that lets me take care of this guy, and then I can give that over to Leaf, which I think... No, I'm going to give it to Lucia. I want to have as much of Leaf's transformation gauge available for enemy phase as possible. Although at the same time, this is so much more convenient if we just rip this guy a new one right now. I might as well. Because Lucia kind of needs to heal. Oh, Leaf has the ribbons as well? I thought that was a detail for another unit. Oh well, still looks kinda neat. And it goes down by 4, you just noticed, but it's going to go down by 5 in between this turn and next. Oh, I forgot to get put the coin in the convoy. That's no big deal. Anyway, before I forget, options by unit. We're gonna turn unit map only. I don't like turning the animations off completely, but for this map and next, it might be a necessary evil. And I think I'm actually gonna leave Braum be this turn. And here come the other units. I gotta be careful, because that guy's a fire mage if memory serves. But yeah, that's so much faster. And we can kill that guy on Archer. Not too shabby, honestly, for Braum. Even, I'll take Resistance in particular any day of the week. No Hand Axe is annoying, but hey. Oh, that's a Thunder Mage, never mind. Oh, and you can one-shot him? Let's go. Plus, that'll let me scout for once I think a little bit. I need to get my more vulnerable units like Leanne into the middle of the map as fast as possible, and I can't steal that, can I? No. So you're not really a big issue for me. By the way, the actual objective is Lucia has to arrive all the way at the top right tile. That is the top right, I'm not losing my mind. But for reasons unbeknownst to me, this feels more like another route map. I think if you're playing on easy, it's actually... I think it's Kill Boss chapter, it's not a route map, but... This one can be more of a blitz. I need Heather to come down here, so... I think I'm gonna try to take advantage of the vision that I have here, and then we're gonna move these two in here, because we know this is a safe spot. I'm gonna complete my wall off here of this section. Vigor up. Neolucci's really... His main use that I have for him on this chapter is he normally covers the rear, because by the time he gets to that point, he's gonna make sure that these two kind of stick together a little bit. Anyway, I'm not gonna light the torch here, although I am gonna put it in Heather's inventory. In fact, I'm gonna... Right, I can't do that. Pretty sure this does nothing, though. Oh, it absolutely does. I can see for fucking miles. Might as well do this with Braum to wrap this up here. Yeah, go for the Iron Axe. Damn it! That's actually kind of bad. Oh, that's actually fine, never mind. The problem is the Poison Lance, guys. The Poison Man's probably gonna go for me on this turn, but... I'm just gonna make sure that I have this at the ready, because I want to make sure, like I said, I want to make sure that we're ready to rock and roll on the next chapter. Or on the next turn, if need be. This is kind of what I expected. We cut these guys off from their healing, so... And nice dodge. Yeah, they're starting to throw more higher tier units at us, and archers are always a constant threat. This guy, I think, is just dead. Yeah. Now, I think the archer's gonna go for Heather, which I don't like, but... Don't really have a choice in the matter. I didn't recognize all these guys had Great Lances. That's actually... Ludwig wants us dead in this case, like goodness. This is a little dicey. Oh, that's a longbow too, shit. Might have been good that I baited this guy forward like that, because now he's a pretty easy target. Oh, that guy's a fire mage, isn't he? No, oh wow, these are... I'm getting debated. Gauge down to 10. That's okay, honestly. What's not okay is that Braum is now poisoned. I need to break that logjam. You're just dead, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, I might have lied about Mordecai not being able to do a lot of the heavy lifting on this map, because, yeah, he's putting in work. Excuse me. Okay, we know poison can kill, and I don't actually know if the reinforcements spawned yet, but I'm gonna take care of you in a second. I actually have a pretty funny story about this guy, so... Remember how I said Disarm can kind of prog at weird points, which lets Heather steal weapons? On the last playthrough I had of this, I actually ran into a scenario where I think I was actually up here with having Braum and Nethany wall. And what happened was, this guy attacked Braum on enemy phase, and Braum actually proc Disarm. I stole this guy's Venom Lance, and normally you're not allowed to have poison weapons, but... Yeah, I managed to get this, and it was actually kind of funny being able to use it in a lot of maps past this point where you're not supposed to have stuff like poison weapons, but Braum does have the antitoxin if I need to give it to him, which I think I probably will. Might as well have Lee take care of this guy. Mordecai's gonna untransform, and even if he doesn't, I'm gonna need him down on the bottom ASAP. Actually, I'm gonna have these two kind of break this logjam up here, and then Braum can get to a point where he can probably take care of that poison, if I'm being honest. Mordecai's just gonna wear off over the next couple of turns. He does untransform right now, but he can wall for us, which is handy. I think I'm gonna antitoxin first. Here. Now we've got this situation. I am one short constantly. That is very irritating. Well, you are officially too dangerous to be left alive, so... Ooh, that's very, very risky. I think I have to kill this guy with Lucia. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Yeah, I really have to kill him. Especially if I want to bring Leanne over here, which I kind of do, just to give a... try to maximize the amount of XP Nethany gets. And then I think on this turn, next upcoming turn, we'll just take a chill pill for a minute and heal up. Oh, wow, okay, that's actually kind of neat. I guess I did manage to get enough going for me on the last map. I don't know if there's another archer, plus I can move Nethany here to... Actually, I can't. I have to keep her there. So this is a little risky, but... If even one of these connects, okay, both of them connected, good. Now I need Nethany to hit this or I will cry. Oh, guaranteed. Nice. Only unit I really want to try to get some XP on, even though she's still got enough... There's still enough gas in the tank there for that to really... And I'm gonna transform here even though I can't see anything. Because something tells me... I forget. There are reinforcements that show up behind you. Oh. Interesting. Didn't expect that. I think I'm gonna
let me check something here, because I actually want to... I don't have really good intel on this map, and... Ooh, okay. Give me 1 sec. Now let me check my intel. Because like I said, for a mission about espionage, I didn't really prep for this like I should. I was more, admittedly, I was more concerned with hidden items than anything else. Let's see here. Because like I said, I know that they show up at the back, but... Also, the turn bonus is apparently 7 turns, which... good luck getting that, if I'm being honest. Turn 6. Okay, so start of next turn. I might want to run Nephany back just so she can help. And like I said, I really should... I might get the torch to... I think I'm gonna have Lucia kind of try to take care of whatever's left here. Which isn't much, it's just this one. Ooh. I maybe wonder if I should have had Braum down here. If Lucia takes this crit on the... I hope she could take the crit on the chin. Good thing I checked that out, because that's dicey. Alright, go ahead and chug that concoction. You earned it. That is devious that they put that there. One might even say dirty. You do not have the grass. Mordecai is the... No, Neil Lucci has the grass, right. Ugh, that's a little bit annoying. I might as well swing you down around here, just so I can get this going. In fact, I'm gonna revert this turn and then do this, just so I can have a full tank. And then you have a vulner that you can give to... I'm gonna trade, because I think we're done with the poison weapons here. I was gonna smite, but I think Braum is better suited just hauling ass up here and just trying to get that tank and smack going. And do I want to... Okay, moving here is a mistake, because that's very dangerous, but... I think I can at least keep Leanne here as a just-in-case. And like I said, this is a bit of a waste, but I can get more of these later. Here, ooh, this is different. That is, that's not something that I expected to see. That's also not something I expected to see, but Braum can take this guy. Oh yeah, he's doubling him. Big man, let's go. That man just made a terrible life decision. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'll take a hit if there's no crit, and you're gone. That is very, very ugly that they put that there. Speaking of crits that don't matter, ooh. What did you have? I don't have Heather in a position where I can really... Oh my god, if I can get that. If I can get that, that's insane. Because wait, what's the weight on that? Ooh, I can't steal it. Ooh. I have to make sure that this guy doesn't end up being a problem. This is a... Warriors are... One wrinkle that I didn't mention is, actually, this is a new weapon to this game, and I think only in this game. Bowguns, and crossbows in general. A short mounted bow that shoots stones or quarrels. It can also hit adjacent enemies.
These are another reason that I don't like Pegasus Knights. These count as bows for damage calculation purposes, and they're a bit quirky in that respect, but man, do they kind of suck to deal with, I mean. They are, as you can see, are 100 hits, so they're very accurate. Warriors can equip them, and so can snipers. The only thing that's really kind of a saving grace about them is you'll notice that only did 2 damage to Brahm's 22 defense. The thing that makes them balanced is that they don't scale with enemies with your strength. They only scale with their own individual might, which is stupid high, but is also very much, like... It can be very annoying, especially to Pegasus Knights, which just kind of get turned into kebabs by these things. They're great when they're in your hands. In fact, they can be busted when they're in your hands, but they're a curiosity, I'll say that much, in Radiant Dawn. They're one of the many quirks of this game. But... now, where can I get you? Ooh, I think I know how to do this. Now, as far as reinforcements are concerned, I think these two can handle this. This may have been where I wanted to light this torch, because otherwise I can't see these guys. I need to get... in fact, I'm going to do this, just so my options are a little bit more open. If I can get Heather here, I think I'm guaranteed to get this. Actually, if I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... You have 6 move, right? Oh, no. If I get you to the tile that Braum is standing on, we're set. The problem is you're going to take a hit from the bowgun, but I think you can handle it. And that guy's going to have no weapon because I'm going to steal it, so... actually, I think I will take care of this. In fact, I can equip a bronze knife with Heather and try to do some shenanigans against the computer player here. What I am going to do is... I forget who spawns down there. Let me check. Thunder Mage, Halberd, Soul. Okay. We're just going to keep these guys here for the time being. In fact, I'm going to shift over Leaf because... yeah, we're kind of set here for the moment. So I can do this, which is... I mean, it's not stealing a Poison Lance, but it has far, far better utility. That would be great to have in Nephi's hands. I'm going to move Mordecai down here just because he can take advantage of the Galder effect. And then I'm going to have Nephany equip a Javelin just because I know what's coming. Neolucia, you're set. The old man's set here. I just have to survive this crossbow. There's the Halberdier. Ow, I hate that. I hate poison. Poison sucks. And yeah, 51 against the Thief, that's no joke. Thankfully, Heather's defense is enough to take the hit, but that is risky, and that guy's being an idiot, which is very nice to see. Take the extra regen any day of the week. Poison sucks. Poison sucks. I don't know. You're almost back in action. I'm gonna run Leith over... I'm gonna run her here, because I want to tear this guy. Actually, wait, given how little damage you do... yeah, you don't kill this Halberdier. This is better. Because I can move the old man into range here, and I can get this kill over to Nephany, which is going to be some really nice XP. And I'm actually going to battle save here because I want to keep the train going. Or I want to be able to hold on to that killer lance if I can do so. I think you are the bigger threat out of the two. Yes? I want to say so. Alright, let's make sure we hit with this, because otherwise this could get really annoying. Good level up there. That's a weird one, but I'll take it. Extra defense is very nice to have. I'll take... Really, any stats I can get on a halberdier are good. Actually, if I do this, then... I think I could take care of both of these guys on this turn. Because I can move Leanne onto that tile, and if all these guys die, then this is a safe play. The low strength that Ravens kind of come packaged in with is kind of biting me here, but that's okay. Do not do this to lead, otherwise this move is going to be very, very unsafe. Anyway, I need Heather over on the bottom side of the map, and I gave the... Why don't you take the herb, because... We'll swing things around like this. For them to doubt the torches, that's just mean. Thank you for your services, buddy. You are hereby decommissioned. We're just sending him to retirement. We're not actually killing him. Although, honestly, they're rebels, so it might be better if we do that. You are up to B. That is very nice to see. That rhymed. Now, you're actually not that big of a threat because Heron have decently high resistance for some reason. But I still want to take care of you while we got the dusty old bird over here. Now, I am going to check one thing on my phone real fast. Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry, I'm just trying to set something else up that I've been trying to get going for a while, and, well, let's just say it ain't always easy. I hate the idea of missing on the 95, but I don't see this happening. Thank you, Nethany. Can always count on you, especially in this game. Well, this game a lot more than Path of Radiance, although, I don't know. I kind of got off to a rocky start with her, and then that kind of carried over, but... Now I can do this, which is just... I can't smite Rom? Damn, he's chunky. I know he was kind of a... He was kind of a thick boy, at least in the lore, but... Damn, boy! That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, we'll do this, actually. There's no funny sound effect that makes, but still. I think I'm going to keep Lucia here for the time being, because I don't really have much else to use her for. Or that I want to use her for right now. You're going to do this again, and that's... Braum can take these shots like a champ, so I'm not that worried about him. I'm a little worried about the poison, though. Anyway, yeah, if you really want an example of how poor Neolucci's vision is, take a look at that yourself. But he actually, this is so fucking funny, look at this. He's transformed, and he has absolutely zero vision around him. That is such a cool detail. Anyway, I'm gonna revert all of my Lagoos that are not named Mordecai, because I'm actually gonna have you swing in here, and we're gonna nom on this guy. I don't think Braum can get this kill, but it would be really good if he did. As old Brolin showed us back in part 1, warriors are pretty beefy, so Thankfully, they're no match for us. Or they're no match for loyalist Crimean steel. I don't know how else to word that. I kind of want to be... Ooh, actually, I don't want to be thorough. I want to give you the prize. The real prize of that. And we're gonna... I think I'm gonna stay put with everybody again. That's annoying, but I can live with it. It is so nice that I was able to pivot off of that disarm. That's what I was talking about last chapter. If you could somehow get, like... Or if you could oh, that doesn't cure poison? I thought it did. Well, it healed her a little bit. That's what counts. And I think that goes away next turn. No, 3 turn. Fuck. God, that's so annoying. Urgh. Killer Lances are going to be very handy, though. You can never have enough of those. You missed, which is very nice. So die. Sweet. Anyway, we're gonna light this because, okay, this guy is kind of a bait, if I'm gonna be honest. That's really... He's getting in the way of the boss, so... I want, yeah, I want Heather down here. Nephany, if you just want to do a drive-by, because we might as well pick up our scraps here. They can counterattack with, they can counterattack with stabs. We saw it happen. This is self-defense, I swear. We're to swing around here, I think, and then... Well, actually, I can make use of this Killer Lance right away. I want to move Heather down here, because there's not really good stuff to steal anymore, but this back corner is really a deal-breaker for me. I think I am going to use the Iron Sword here, because I don't want to... subject anybody since... Alright, okay. Really? Yep, there he is. Here's the thief that I was talking about. So, a rogue? That's curious. Neff, you can't kill this guy, right? No. Not without a crit, and this guy, I've noticed, loves to steal your things. This coin is a total bait. This is to get Heather to steal the coin, and then... Usually he steals like an herb or something stupid. Fortunately, the one thing that he can't steal is a cat's pride, because this is just gonna... This is a lot easier than trying to kill the rogue normally. Ooh, nice! As a thief deserves. So now I need to move Heather onto that tile. That could take a few turns just because Biorhythm's kind of a pain in the butt, but still. I'm gonna do this because I want to get the torch into Nephany or Lucia's hands, preferably. Because I can't see around that corner and that's bugging me. We'll get you back, because you're not going to help me. Okay, the torches have pretty poor rage, if I'm being honest. Anyway, these two can kind of converge on this point right here. And Mordecai, you can do us a huge favor, because, yeah, this is the problem, is these two dorks. These are full-fledged generals with very high defense. Mordecai is gonna have a field day against them, but... we kind of need all hands on deck here. I can actually shift, or I can form shift, or I can shift over, which is actually pretty nice, but I'm gonna revert with you for now. And we're gonna start putting you over here. Oh, got it right away. Discipline Scroll. That is, if you missed the one from the boss in 1-3, there's your chance to pick that up. It is the only other one in the game. Now, how to bust through these two. Well, like I said, Mordecai's as good a utility unit as any. Plus his gauge reverts very slowly, so I think that'll... What is your capability here, Neff? Without a crit, that's very, very dicey. I think I'm gonna have Braum take care of this guy, because I can't get Heather over here to steal the Boulder. Ding. And without doing this, we're just kind of in a bad spot. Not too shabby, Braum. Not too shabby. Like I said, I don't know what his my long-term plan with him is. I'm acting like he's a bank loan or something, but he definitely feels like it at times. There's some interesting stuff you can do with Braum. He's not... like I said, it's a bit tough to use him, but I've had really good success. I think he was 3rd or 4th on, like, my MVP list in my last playthrough of this game. So I definitely made him work. He's very good, especially with Nephany. And just, I mean, the water affinity in general is good because it, like, I think it's Leonardo or somebody on the Dawn Brigade is showcasing. It just gives a healthy amount of attack and defense as part of its bonuses. So it's just nice to have in most situations. Anyway, here's the boss. He doesn't move as far as I'm aware, and I do want this. I do want this, and it's a little tough to get it. I think what I have to do is wait for... And, okay, that's gonna be handy next turn, because if this guy doesn't move, then I can have Heather steal this from him, because I do want this. If at all possible. Mirage. Have Bunny on a Fog of War map that he has that name, and he actually gets an affinity bonus, so he's very dodgy. Yeah, 48 Void. That's gotta be annoying. And yeah, he will attack Neff if I let her loose at this guy. So what I'm gonna do instead is we're gonna bust out the good stuff. We're gonna break open the good bottle here and just take care of this guy. I can have Braum fight this guy, but it's just easier if Lucia deals with him. I've got bigger priorities. Those bigger priorities are, you know, taking this guy's stove. I don't know if he moves. And nobody's in range that's really going to be susceptible to taking hits from him that I don't want, so what I might do actually is... Because I don't really have a use to Vigor anybody else, so I might as well just have Heather snake up over there, just so we can get done with this a little bit faster. And I'll put my dusty old bird over in a range. Wind Magic is going to limit his usefulness, but... Okay, he doesn't move, that's good to see. And the poison's gone, which is even better. Might as well do this, because... Yeah, very nice looking bird. Alright, we've got Heather in a good spot here, so I might as well start om-nom-nomming on this guy's face, and then... Neff, what is your... Let's just flick out the javelin here to see. Oh, 14? Girl, you can take that hit like a champ. I'm worried about Mordecai, though. Because his resistance isn't the best, and he might untransform. Who am I kidding? He'll be fine. Dink. This is what we call dink and dunk offense. It's definitely not a football term, it's definitely a Fire Emblem term. I'm definitely not bullshitting you. I'm gonna wind edge this just to get a bit of an extra mile out of it. Or just to... If there's no crit, I think... Nephity has to not get hit to survive this, so... Do I want a battle save here? I kind of don't, admittedly. Yeah, if I can rescue. I can rescue with Rob if it comes to it, and yeah, it's going to. Nope! Okay. That means that guy dies on enemy phase, which is gonna be handy. Blah, oh my god, my... Makes me wonder if I should have taken a decongestant before I went live, but no matter. Hopefully it's not reflected too much of the commentary. To associate with beasts like you, one has to wonder where the queen acquired such a lack of taste. He does have flavor text with the Lagoos, which is interesting to see. Ooh, don't double. Okay, good. An untransformed Mordecai would have surely died there, but... We're fine, we're fine. Just back him up afterwards, get him a medic. You, out, now. Actually, wait a minute. I might have to... Okay, I see what I can do here. First off, yoink. Excuse me. Can't smite anybody. I might just kill this guy with Lucia if it comes down to it, but... We're going to shift here. Because there's still some action left in these heroic old bones. Rescue and fly away, because that is an Elven tome, and you're gonna take a crit. You're gonna take a hill at its face, and you're gonna like it. As I expected, the Queen's house pets are playful little pups indeed. The only thing you're sniffing about will get you, however, is a abruptly shortened lifespan. Don't get so cocky. Alright, you can't crit, so I think it's pretty safe to do this here. Although, honestly, if I wanted to be really safe, I could... interesting. I could probably rescue drop chain Nephany out of range, if I'm being honest, and I think I will do that. Ooh, that could be ugly. Rom, be alright, buddy! Okay, we're good. I didn't consider that. But like I said, mad skills. Nobody can safely perform a hit and run, but you can make this a guaranteed kill. Well, look what we have here. Lady Lucia and her pack of curs. How interesting. What cause could you have for roaming the grounds at night? Cause? Why, we've merely lost our way. Is that so? In that case, I will gladly escort you back to the castle. That's quite alright. We should be going home, but please do give Lord Ludwig a message. I will await you on the Dread-Up. Tell him that his revolt will never succeed. Yes, I did try to warn Lord Ludwig, but it seems that he's quite fond of you. If he knew of your little discovery, I'm certain he would have no qualms about eliminating you. One HP, but that is, well, Killer Lance is as good as anything. Booyah! Right when I don't need it. I love to see it. I can already tell I'm gonna have fun with this thing. Not a bad level up either. If I can get Neff to a point where she can reliably double, I'll be more than happy with it. Death means nothing. Our plan is perfect. There is nothing the Queen can do. Well, we're a little bit worse for wear, so let's get the hell out of here. Other than the one glitch at the very beginning, not too shabby. This way. As we suspected, Ludwig is intent on rebellion. His followers are spread across the land, inciting insurrection. We have the documents to prove it. Queen Elincia, I stand ready to defend the realm. I will lead the Royal Knights into Felleray, and we will seize the Duke. I am hesitant to resort to the sword without at least attempting diplomacy. At all costs, I must stop the people of Crimea from fighting one another. Your Majesty, news from the countryside. Duke Ludwig has assembled an army and has announced his intentions against you. The rebellion in Felleray is growing quickly. I see. He must have realized that his operations were no longer a secret. Your Majesty, we have no time to waste. We must dance against this for the future of Crimea. I understand. Geoffrey, leader of the Royal Knights, I hereby authorize the use of military force against the rebel army. Yes, Your Majesty, at once. I will begin marshalling forces. This rebellion must be stopped before nobles in surrounding areas catch wind of it. Am I doing the right thing? I'm running. Welcome back, Marcia. Did you learn of Sir X's whereabouts? No. I'm sorry. I've got nothing but sore feet and a tired Pegasus. I've talked to a few local villagers who say the Grail mercenaries have been working low-paying odd jobs here and there. Nobody seems to know where they are now, but everyone agrees that this is the first time they've been gone for so long. Princess Leanne, please try to keep your spirits high. I assure you, we will continue to investigate Sir Ike's whereabouts. Thank you. Oh, Princess Leanne, you spoke? Quite a shock, yes? My lady has been studying your language, which we often call modern speech. That's wonderful. It's hard enough visiting a strange land, let alone learning language. Me, not big, no problem. Queen Elincia has trouble heart. I'd forgotten the Heron tribe can peer into the heart. I can't hide the pain I'm feeling. At least not from you, Princess Leanne. Susie for 1 sec. Oh my god, I don't want to get my nose blowing into the mic, but with this, it's a bit hard to... I can't... Queen Elincia... Why does this happen? My people fight brother against brother, and no matter what I do, I can't stop it. I'm a miserable failure. I just want to crawl into a cave somewhere. How can anyone believe in me now? I never asked for any of this. I never wanted to be queen. I can't do it anymore. God, I would have loved to linger on that art for longer. That's one of the more beautiful scenes. It's God, I swear that art was later, but anyway. Got 2000 EXP out of it. The turn bonus means we have to go very fast, and I pulled some shenanigans that I'm pretty happy with back there. Anyway, I am gonna go ahead and let the commentary roll, but we're gonna be picking up next time because it is 9:30 and the next map is insanely long. So yeah, I think I'm gonna save it for next week.
Insurrection erupts across Crimea. The wounds Crimea suffered during the conflict with Dain have finally begun to heal, and it should be rejoicing in its hard-won peace. How is it that the fires of rebellion have been lit? Bastion, Queen Elincia's most trusted advisor, widely acknowledged for his political savvy, is on a mission to Dain. And the Grail mercenaries, the original authors of Crimea's recovery, are nowhere to be found. Queen Elincia, close to despair, has nonetheless ordered the Crimean Royal Knights to restore order in Felirae. Her only wish is to win the coming battle so that she may stave off a civil war.
Chapter 3, Joffrey's Charge. Oh, straight in, okay. Well, I kind of expected more there, but this is a big, big base because we actually have access to a shop, but we'll be doing a lot, and I mean a lot.
Believe me, like I said, this chapter is very long for a number of reasons, and the next one's not too... The next one's quite the lengthy one as well, so we're gonna be capping things off here. Next time, actually, we will be finishing up part 2, I think, because, like I said, this chapter that we're on right now and the next one are the only ones left. It's a good intermission phase that doesn't really overstay its welcome, and then I think we're really going to be getting into the meat of any good Radiant Dawn playthrough. And okay, the MVP of the last 2 chapters was Nephany, if you're curious. You probably weren't. Anyway, let's find a raid target. It is quite late, so there's probably not going to be too many people up, but... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I will... I'm on the fence between 2 people, and I kind of want to raid Twy. I ran into Twy at MagFest, and he's a super, super cool dude. Let's go ahead and give him a dandy hello. We're going to be using... Hang on a sec. We're going to be using Dusty Old Bird, since I've been using that quite a bit, and good God, I hope the voices I pulled off on this came out kind of okay, because good lord, that was a... I hope this congestion's clear by next week. At least I would like that to be the case. We'll see. But yeah, next time we're gonna wrap up part 2, and then we're really gonna get into the big show. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. See ya.